Did insect-like aliens manipulate human DNA millennia ago? And this truth has been concealed from humanity until now. Ancient texts reveal these beings walk amongst us, guiding us towards enlightenment, while others want to control us. The Mantis beings, also known as the Mantids or Insectoids, are described as a highly intelligent and ancient extraterrestrial species, possessing both advanced technology and profound spiritual understanding. Often depicted with slender bodies, elongated heads, and large, multifaceted eyes, these beings are said to originate from star systems far beyond our own, existing in higher dimensions of reality. Some researchers and contactees claim the Mantis beings have been interacting with humanity for millennia, playing a subtle yet significant role in our genetic development and spiritual evolution. Allegedly, the Mantis beings have been particularly involved with ancient civilizations such as Egypt and the Maya, where they were revered as divine guides and teachers. Some researchers propose that figures within the Egyptian pantheon, such as Thoth, the god of wisdom and writing, may have been inspired by or even directly influenced by the Mantis beings, who imparted advanced knowledge of mathematics, astronomy, and spiritual principles. These ancient cultures recognized insect symbolism. Consider the scarab beetle of Egypt, believed to hold the sun, representing rebirth. Is this all only just a coincidence? Yet, this knowledge of the Mantis beings and their influence has been suppressed throughout history, contributing to a spiritual amnesia that has afflicted humanity. Some believe this suppression is the result of deliberate manipulation by rival extraterrestrial factions or powerful human elites seeking to control the narrative of human origins. This has led to a distorted understanding of our past and a limited perception of our true potential, leaving many unaware of our connection to these advanced, insectoid beings. Eyewitness accounts from alleged contactees describe encounters with Mantis beings, detailing their advanced technology, their ability to communicate telepathically, and their deep understanding of the universe. These accounts often align with descriptions found in ancient texts and channeled data, lending credence to the idea that the Mantis beings have been interacting with humanity for a very long time. Consider, for instance, the growing public awareness of UFOs and extraterrestrial phenomena. Does this signal an awakening to a larger reality, one in which the Mantis beings and other extraterrestrial civilizations play a more significant role than we previously imagined? Despite the suppression and misinformation, there is a growing recognition of the potential for human beings to reconnect with the Mantis consciousness and to activate dormant aspects of our DNA. It is also important to note that some of these Mantis beings seek to control the population, acting as a malevolent dictator. But what could these intentions be? And are we equipped to connect with them? Could Mantis-like extraterrestrial beings have played a pivotal role in shaping human evolution and spiritual destiny? To uncover this hidden truth, let us delve into ancient texts, eyewitness accounts, and channeled transmissions that reveal the Mantis beings' role in humanity's past and future. Did the Mantis beings actively engage in human evolution beyond genetic manipulation? Let's dive deep into the historical and spiritual role Mantis beings allegedly undertook to promote human consciousness. This reveals a deeper pattern of guidance and intervention that challenges conventional narratives of human development, specifically their influence as spiritual guides and teachers. What if the truth of humanity's origins has been actively hidden from society? According to ancient Egyptian texts and artwork, insectoid figures were revered and associated with wisdom, healing, and spiritual transformation. Consider Ma'at, the Egyptian goddess of truth, justice, and cosmic order. While not explicitly depicted as a Mantis being, Ma'at's role as the guardian of balance and her connection to higher dimensions resonate with the Mantis being's alleged association with cosmic consciousness. Ma'at was often depicted with large, feathery wings, and some interpretations suggest these wings symbolize the ability to traverse different realms of existence, a characteristic often attributed to the Mantis beings. Furthermore, Ma'at presided over the Hall of Truth, where the souls of the deceased were judged. During the ceremony, Anubis weighed the heart of the deceased against the feather of Ma'at. A balanced scale meant the soul was worthy and would continue their journey to paradise. Those that were unworthy were banished to the underworld to suffer for eternity. But what if the Mantis aliens were there to observe and facilitate the journey? Is this why they have been linked to the Hall of Truth and Judgment? What does this mean about the connection of ancient Egyptians to the Mantis beings? The symbolism of insectoid figures, particularly their association with Ma'at, suggests a deep connection to higher dimensions, cosmic consciousness, and the journey of the soul. The Mantis beings were thought of as guardians, playing a role in the Hall of Truth and Judgment, guiding souls through the afterlife. This changes our perception of the Mantis race, casting them not just as genetic manipulators, but as spiritual guides, assisting humanity in its evolution towards higher consciousness. Consider, for instance, modern accounts of contactees who claim to have received spiritual guidance from Mantis beings. These contactees often describe the Mantis beings as highly evolved beings with a deep understanding of the universe and a compassionate desire to help humanity ascend to a higher state of consciousness. Is it possible that the ancient Egyptians had similar experiences, interpreting these encounters through the lens of their own cultural and spiritual beliefs? However, it's important to remember that this is just one interpretation, and there are many other possible explanations for the insectoid symbolism in ancient Egyptian art and mythology. But that's not all. The Mayan civilization also venerated insect-like beings, as depicted in their glyphs and prophecies. This leads us to the question, what was the significance of the Mantis beings within Mayan cosmology? And how does this further link the Mantis to mankind? Could the Mayan depictions of insectoid beings be a symbolic representation of the Mantis race? Records show that specific Mayan glyphs depict insectoid figures engaging with human leaders and transmitting knowledge. One notable example can be found in Palung, where glyphs depict insectoid figures interacting with Mayan priests and sharing advanced knowledge of astronomy, mathematics, and spiritual practices. These glyphs show the Mayans' understanding of time, space, and interdimensional travel. Specific Mayan leaders, such as Pakal the Great, were said to have received direct guidance from the Mantis beings, who imparted wisdom and knowledge that allowed them to rule with justice and compassion. In doing so, they advanced Mayan society to an unprecedented level of societal order. But what if there were Mayan leaders who turned this knowledge to evil? It's important to note that this suggests a shared cosmology between the Mayans and the Egyptians, with the Mantis beings playing a key role as messengers of wisdom and knowledge. The shared similarities between Mayan, Egyptian, and other ancient cultures can be used to understand humanity's connection to the Mantis race, showcasing a human gravitation towards the Mantis beings and a reflection of their influence that made them so important to record. Draw parallels between the Mayan beliefs and the ancient Egyptian teachings, highlighting the connections to higher dimensions, cosmic consciousness, and the journey of the soul. Furthermore, these drawings are very similar to the Sumerian images. It would seem these images are not bound to one culture. Is there something about the Mantis that humans gravitated to? What was their influence to make them so important to record and to spread across various parts of the earth? Beyond this, there's another layer to the story: modern-day eyewitness accounts of encounters with Mantis beings. Turning our attention to these contactee experiences provides a more direct perspective on the Mantis influence. and it is important to approach these accounts with a critical and discerning mind, acknowledging the potential for exaggeration, delusion, or outright fabrication. However, by examining these accounts with an open mind, we can gain valuable insights into the Mantis phenomenon and its potential implications for humanity. Eyewitness accounts describe the Mantis beings as tall, slender insectoids with large, multifaceted eyes, capable of telepathic communication and interdimensional travel. Many contactees have reported similar experiences, describing the Mantis beings as highly intelligent, compassionate, and spiritually advanced beings. One contactee named Sarah describes her encounter with a Mantis being as follows. "I was meditating in my room when suddenly, a tall, slender figure appeared before me. It had large, multifaceted eyes and a long, slender neck. It communicated with me telepathically, sharing profound insights about the nature of reality and my role in the universe." Another contactee named David recounts a similar experience. "I was working in my garden when I saw a strange, insect-like creature standing before me. It was tall and slender, with large black eyes. It communicated with me telepathically, telling me that it was here to help humanity evolve to a higher state of consciousness." The similarity between the various stories points to commonalities between experiences, but also begs the question of the purpose of their intervention. Are they here to hurt us? The implications of this are that the Mantis beings are not just physical entities, but also spiritual guides, assisting humanity in its evolution towards higher consciousness. These accounts highlight common themes, such as the importance of love, compassion, unity, and spiritual growth. The Mantis beings often emphasize the need for humanity to overcome its destructive tendencies and embrace a more harmonious and sustainable way of living. They encourage individuals to connect with their inner selves, to cultivate compassion for others, and to embrace their unique potential for spiritual growth. But this is just one side of the story. There are also reports of malevolent Mantis beings who seek to control and manipulate humanity for their own selfish purposes. And are we prepared to accept these messages? This leads us to another crucial point: the suppression of knowledge about the Mantis beings and their role in human evolution. This raises a further question: what forces are at play to conceal this truth from humanity, and why? Could it be that the Mantis beings possess knowledge or technology that could disrupt the existing power structures? Or perhaps there are other extraterrestrial factions who seek to control humanity and view the Mantis beings as a threat? There are several conspiracy theories about the suppression of knowledge about the Mantis beings. Some believe that secret societies, such as the Illuminati and the Freemasons, are actively concealing the Mantis influence from the public, fearing that this knowledge could empower humanity and disrupt their control. Others believe that governments are suppressing this information to maintain their authority and prevent mass panic. What we do know is many governments across the globe are actively hiding information. Let's analyze the potential motives and agendas behind the suppression of knowledge about the Mantis beings. If the Mantis beings possess knowledge or technology that could disrupt the existing power structures, then it would be in the interest of those in power to suppress this information. If humanity were to learn about advanced technologies that could solve problems such as poverty, disease, and environmental degradation, then the existing power structures would be threatened. Those who benefit from the status quo would likely resist any change that could diminish their control. The elite will do anything to stay in power. So, what have we learned? The evidence clearly points to the possibility that Mantis-like extraterrestrial beings have played a pivotal role in shaping human evolution and spiritual destiny. We have looked at the ancient Egyptian depictions, Mayan glyphs, contactee accounts, and conspiracy theories. But we've just scratched the surface of this mystery. What are the long-term implications of the Mantis influence for humanity, and what does it mean for our future as a species? The Mantis beings have influenced society for millennia, but what are their end goals? Humanity's destiny, according to the Mantis beings, is to reach the seventh density. But what does it mean to exist in the seventh density, and how can humans ascend to such a state? This will reveal a deeper pattern of evolution and ascendance, changing our understanding of the Mantis and mankind's true potential. What if the very fabric of reality is tied to our conscious and direct connection to the All? The Mantis beings are said to be spiritual guides who seek to elevate mankind to a higher spiritual state. This state is characterized by complete unity with the universe, a transcendence of physical limitations, and an ability to manipulate reality through consciousness. The Mantis aliens state that in order for humans to reach this level, there must be a full awakening of the dormant DNA, or what some call junk DNA. Only through meditation, energy work, and consciously raising their vibrational frequency can humans achieve this goal. But what does it actually mean to raise your vibration? According to channeled texts and contactee reports, the Mantis aliens seek to elevate human life and consciousness through spiritual enlightenment, genetic modifications, and technological advancements. In a channeled session with a Mantis being, the entity expressed its desire as, "We wish to see humanity transcend its limitations and achieve its full potential. We see within you the spark of divinity, the potential to become beings of light and love. We are here to guide you on this path, to help you awaken to your true nature, and to create a world of peace, harmony, and abundance." This statement points to a Mantis agenda of benevolence and guidance, showcasing their deep concern for humanity's growth. What intentions do the Mantis have for the future of humanity? Contactees report that the Mantis have provided them with instructions on how to prepare humanity for this ascension process. One instruction is to spread awareness of the Mantis presence and their benevolent intentions, encouraging others to open their minds and hearts to the possibility of extraterrestrial contact. Another is to practice meditation, energy work, and other spiritual practices to raise their vibrational frequency and activate their dormant DNA. Still another is to live in harmony with nature and to treat all living beings with compassion and respect. These instructions highlight the Mantis beings' focus on spiritual awakening, genetic modification, and technological advancement. However, skeptics would point out that there's no concrete proof of these statements and should be taken with a grain of salt. But that's not all. It also suggests that this has to do with activating dormant aspects of our DNA. What if humanity's true potential lies dormant within the very structure of our being? How do altered states of consciousness unlock dormant potentials and accelerate spiritual evolution? Is it possible that the Mantis knew about the human condition and assisted in this endeavor? The concept of dormant DNA suggests that human spirituality is intrinsically linked to our genetic makeup, with the potential for activating dormant aspects of our DNA through spiritual practices. One theory suggests that meditation, altered states of consciousness, and focused intention can trigger epigenetic changes in our DNA, unlocking dormant potentials and accelerating spiritual evolution. Epigenetics is the study of how behaviors and environment can cause changes that affect the way your genes work. Unlike genetic changes, epigenetic changes are reversible and do not change your DNA sequence, but they can change how your body reads a DNA sequence. This unlocks higher states of consciousness, activating regions of the brain that are typically dormant and enhancing cognitive abilities. But how can people use their own consciousness and thoughts to achieve this and benefit the world? Now, this leads us to geometry, frequency, and sacred sites to connect with the Mantis. How can we consciously connect with the Mantis through the means of geometry and frequency? This is crucial information for the audience to understand, and should be considered a first-hand perspective. Could this lead to interdimensional communication and understanding? Studies indicate a distinct connection between frequency, geometry, and consciousness that can be used for interdimensional travel, knowledge, and communication. What do these studies and findings indicate in alignment with the Mantis? This may suggest new methods of communication with the Mantis race and how to connect with them. If we're able to consciously tap into these methods, what kind of knowledge will be imparted to mankind? According to studies, certain geometric shapes and frequencies can create resonant fields that facilitate interdimensional connections. For example, the flower of life, a geometric pattern composed of multiple evenly spaced, overlapping circles, is said to contain the blueprint for all of creation, encoding the fundamental principles of the universe. Meditating on this symbol can activate dormant aspects of consciousness and facilitate interdimensional experiences. Furthermore, the frequency of 432 Hz is said to be a natural harmonic frequency that resonates with the human body and the earth, promoting healing, relaxation, and spiritual connection. Some believe that listening to music tuned to this frequency can align one's consciousness with higher dimensions. But how can we tap into these methods in order to facilitate greater communication with the Mantis? We see this play out with ancient structures, like pyramids that harness certain frequencies to unlock different dimensional portals or understandings. Is there a common thread between these ancient sacred sites? What if the placement and construction were directly influenced by the Mantis? Ancient structures, such as pyramids and temples, are often built on ley lines, which are said to be energy pathways that crisscross the earth. These structures are designed to harness specific frequencies and geometric principles that can unlock different dimensional portals or understandings. For example, the Great Pyramid of Giza is aligned with the cardinal directions and is said to resonate with the Earth's electromagnetic field, creating a powerful vortex of energy. Likewise, the Mayan temples are built according to specific astronomical alignments and geometric proportions, reflecting the Mayans' deep understanding of cosmic principles. The Mantis beings could be linked to the design and frequency of these sites, acting as architects of consciousness and guiding humanity towards spiritual evolution. But how can these ancient structures be recreated and used in the modern world? However, the Mantis beings' guidance may be opposed by other extraterrestrial factions, particularly reptilian entities, who seek to control humanity. What are the reptilians' true intentions? How does this impact humanity's conscious development? Is mankind doomed to be in conflict between the Mantis and reptilian races? The reptilians' true intentions are rooted in control, manipulation, and the suppression of human consciousness, creating an impact on humanity's conscious development by perpetuating fear, division, and ignorance. Reptilians often use fear-based tactics to keep humanity from awakening to its true potential. The reptilian agenda is to keep humanity enslaved in ignorance, preventing them from realizing their true potential. In contrast, the Mantis beings seek to guide humanity towards enlightenment and spiritual growth, empowering individuals to connect with their inner selves and the universe. Is there a way for the human race to not only defend itself, but to break free of this paradigm? Ancient texts and modern accounts depict a conflict between the Mantis beings and reptilian entities for control over humanity's destiny. The Gnostic texts describe the archons, reptilian-like entities, who seek to keep humanity enslaved in ignorance. In these texts, the archons are described as beings of darkness who seek to control humanity by manipulating their thoughts, emotions, and perceptions. They are said to be jealous of humanity's potential for spiritual growth and seek to prevent them from achieving enlightenment. Contactees report that reptilian entities are actively interfering with human affairs, manipulating governments, controlling the media, and promoting fear-based ideologies. In contrast, The Mantis beings are said to be working behind the scenes to counteract the reptilian influence, guiding humanity towards enlightenment and spiritual growth. But how can one differentiate the reptilians from the Mantis? The implications of this are that reptilian entities employ manipulation, deception, and fear-based tactics to keep humanity from awakening to its true potential. Reptilian entities manipulate human consciousness through media, politics, and religion, creating a false reality that keeps humanity enslaved in ignorance. For example, they promote consumerism, materialism, and other distractions that keep people from connecting with their inner selves and the universe. They also use fear-based propaganda to divide humanity and create conflict, preventing people from working together to create a better world. In order to combat this, humans must become aware of these tactics and develop critical thinking skills to discern truth from falsehood. They must also cultivate compassion, empathy, and love, which are powerful antidotes to fear and manipulation. Is there a method to identify and call upon Mantis beings for assistance? This leads us to another crucial point. What does it mean for humanity to overcome this and reclaim its power? That is the most important thing to learn. Will mankind ever achieve peace and unity? The key is for humanity to awaken to its true potential and reclaim its sovereignty. Contactee reports and ancient texts point to a conscious and direct connection with the All, through one's own personal power and sovereignty. What steps can one take to embody this power? What needs to happen in order for mankind to be free? The first step is to cultivate self-awareness, becoming conscious of one's thoughts, emotions, and behaviors. One needs to become aware of their own inner world, including their beliefs, values, and biases. The next step is to cultivate self-love, accepting and appreciating oneself for who one is, flaws and all. From there, one can start to connect to the world around them, seeking out what they are passionate about and consciously choosing to create. This can be achieved through practices such as meditation, yoga, and spending time in nature. If one cultivates conscious thought and mindful awareness, they can grow and achieve a powerful connection with the All. But how can one be sure they are not being fooled? In summary, the human species has the power to connect and create whatever they will in their minds and manifest it into the world. With these ideas, humans can consciously change their thoughts and improve mankind. What specific ideas can we use to create a better world? Humans can consciously change their thoughts and improve mankind by focusing on positive affirmations, visualizing their desired outcomes, and taking action to create a better world. They can also practice gratitude, forgiveness, and compassion, which are powerful tools for transforming their lives and the world around them. Additionally, humans can work together to create positive change, forming communities, supporting ethical businesses, and advocating for social justice. The possibilities are endless, but what if humans are stuck in their old destructive patterns? The Mantis legacy is one of spiritual guidance, genetic upliftment, and cosmic stewardship, but also one of conflict and suppression. What can the human race do to honor and help the Mantis beings in their goal? Has mankind already failed? The Mantis history includes a spiritual guidance, genetic upliftment, and cosmic stewardship of mankind. The goal of the Mantis beings can be honored by mankind through its own conscious and direct connection to the All, manifesting into a more loving and unified world. Is there anything mankind can do to repay their supposed kindness and goodwill? But we're just scratching the surface of the Mantis agenda. What we'll discover next may involve a deeper dive into the nature of consciousness and the role it plays in shaping reality. Could the human race be the key to unlocking a new era of cosmic understanding? Did you know that within the intricate tapestry of human existence, a silent influence may have shaped our very being? The question we are looking to solve today is, did the Mantis beings contribute to the development of the human genome and DNA? What if the very reason we possess the specific DNA that sets us apart from other species lies in the deliberate actions of these enigmatic entities? This will reveal a deeper understanding of humanity's genetic creation. What specific genetic markers are said to be from the Mantis race, and what do these markers allow humans to do mentally, physically, and spiritually? According to ancient Sumerian texts, the Anunnaki, often linked to Mantis beings, engaged in genetic manipulation to create humans as a slave race. The Enuma Elish, for example, speaks of the gods creating humanity from the blood of a slain deity mixed with clay. King Anu and King Enlil, they bound themselves by oath. They marked the heavens, dividing it into two parts. Enlil was known as the Master of Decrees, and Anu the Most High. The Atrahasis epic further elaborates, describing how the gods toiled endlessly until they decided to create humans to bear their burden. When the gods, like men, bore the work, bore the load, the gods' load was too great, the work too hard, the trouble too much. These texts paint a picture of beings with advanced capabilities altering the very fabric of life to suit their needs. Contactee accounts echo these narratives, relaying interactions with Anunnaki entities who spoke of their role in shaping human DNA. The entities expressed their intentions of, "We came here to create a worker to mine the gold. We did so through mixing our DNA with those who walked this planet before. From this, mankind was born." But what does this suggest about our genetic potential and the possibility of activating dormant abilities through conscious effort? This suggests that within our DNA lies a vast, untapped potential, a genetic legacy waiting to be awakened. Theories about junk DNA propose that these non-coding regions are not merely useless remnants, but rather dormant codes capable of unlocking extraordinary psychic or spiritual abilities. The Mantis, as genetic engineers, may have embedded these codes within us, waiting for the right moment or the right key to activate them. Could this mean that the Mantis knew of humanity's true potential? How can the Mantis assist us in unlocking these traits? Specific spiritual practices, meditation techniques, or even entheogens may act as catalysts, potentially activating dormant genetic codes and unlocking higher states of consciousness. What if within the silence of meditation, the altered states of shamanic journeying, or the heightened awareness induced by sacred plants, we can access these hidden potentials, reconnecting with the Mantis influence and unlocking the latent powers within us? If the Mantis beings engineered our DNA, can we reconnect with them and awaken our true potential through specific spiritual practices? This leads us to the question of how we can apply different geometry and frequencies to consciously activate Mantis codes within us. What are the exact steps for geometric meditation, and how can it lead to mankind building a strong connection with the Mantis race? Perhaps the key lies in understanding the language of creation itself. Could it be that mankind consciously engineered geometry and frequency for interdimensional communication? Various studies and accounts show that individuals have made contact with the Mantis beings through geometric meditation and by focusing their minds on specific frequencies. A contactee known as Athena described her experience with geometric meditation as "I focused on the flower of life, visualizing it expanding outwards, encompassing my entire being. As I did, I felt a tingling sensation and my consciousness shifted. I saw a Mantis being before me and it communicated telepathically. It showed me how the geometry resonated with my DNA, activating dormant potentials. According to studies, the frequency of 432 Hz is said to be a natural harmonic frequency that resonates with the human body and the earth, promoting healing, relaxation, and spiritual connection. Some believe that listening to music tuned to this frequency can align one's consciousness with higher dimensions, thus allowing communication with entities like the Mantis. But what is the key to frequency manifestation? These experiences and frequencies can be seen with several different temples and sacred sites harnessing geometry for different purposes. From that geometry, we can infer much about frequency. The Great Pyramid of Giza, for example, is not just a tomb, but a resonating chamber designed to amplify specific frequencies. Its precise geometric proportions and alignment with the Earth's electromagnetic field create a vortex of energy, facilitating altered states of consciousness. Likewise, the Mayan temples, built according to specific astronomical alignments and geometric proportions, reflect a deep understanding of cosmic principles. What were these temples designed for? What was the purpose? And what geometry can be found there? It has been proposed that they were designed as portals, used by Mayan priests and priestesses to journey to other dimensions and communicate with celestial beings. If we understand and apply the principles of sacred geometry and harmonic frequencies, can we unlock our own interdimensional potential, consciously connecting with the Mantis and other cosmic entities? If contact can be made with the Mantis by conscious choice, is it possible to time travel and connect to different portals? Let's explore how the Mantis play into these concepts, and if there is knowledge that can be shared with mankind to consciously connect with these spaces. This is one of mankind's greatest endeavors and needs further inquiry. What are these different spaces and why are they important? Channeled information and historical texts speak of various masters and entities that have consciously moved their bodies and minds through different spaces. Thoth, the Egyptian god of wisdom, is said to have possessed the ability to travel through time and dimensions at will, accessing knowledge from the Akashic records. I am Thoth, the scribe of the gods, the keeper of knowledge. I have walked the corridors of time, witnessed the rise and fall of civilizations. The secrets of the universe are open to those who know how to access them. What is it about the Mantis that makes it possible to assist in this endeavor? Transcribed accounts of these experiences share that the Mantis are adept at manipulating space-time, navigating through different dimensions with ease. Their advanced technology and heightened consciousness allow them to traverse the cosmic web, accessing portals and timelines beyond human comprehension. They are said to be guardians of these gateways, offering guidance and assistance to those who are ready to embark on interdimensional journeys. This all leads to the thought of higher consciousness unlocking different portals. With enough mind power and clarity, anything is possible. This can allow users to consciously connect with different dimensions. How do consciousness levels impact interdimensional travel and the ability to portal in one's mind? Specific steps and actions can allow the user to unlock different dimensions, provided that the user is willing to fully transcend their limitations. The process begins with mastering one's thoughts and emotions, cultivating a state of inner peace and clarity. Next, one must learn to expand their awareness, connecting with the universal consciousness and perceiving the interconnectedness of all things. Finally, one can begin to explore different dimensions through meditation, visualization, and other altered states of consciousness, guided by the Mantis or other benevolent entities. So, what does this all mean for our ability to meet and convene with the Mantis beings? The legacy that they provide is a strong potential, but the path must be consciously traveled by the specific human. We've explored the Mantis beings' role as genetic engineers, their connection to ancient texts and spiritual practices, and the potential for humans to reconnect with them through geometry, frequency, and higher consciousness. Is the human race destined for greatness? What awaits those who dare to unlock the secrets of the universe and journey beyond the confines of their physical reality? But we're just scratching the surface of their agenda. What we'll discover next may involve a deeper understanding of the nature of reality itself, and the role the Mantis beings play in the grand cosmic drama. If the Mantis assisted in humanity's creation, are the Mantis beings' interdimensional guides, assisting souls between different dimensions and densities. What role could they be playing in the grand scheme of cosmic existence? This reveals a deeper understanding of the Mantis beings' purpose, beyond just influencing genetics, but guiding souls between worlds. Are they simply physical entities, or do they possess the ability to traverse different dimensions and densities, ushering souls towards higher levels of consciousness? According to various channeled texts and contactee reports, the Mantis beings facilitate interdimensional travel and communication, guiding souls through different realms of existence. One channeled text speaks of the Mantis as "we are the shepherds of souls," guiding them through the labyrinth of dimensions, assisting them in their journey towards enlightenment. So said Astral, a Mantis channeler. They are said to possess the ability to manipulate space-time, creating wormholes and portals that allow souls to travel between different realms. They act as guides, offering wisdom and assistance to those who are ready to embark on interdimensional journeys. But what is required for souls to successfully move through different dimensions? It has been said that souls must vibrate at a certain frequency to align with different dimensional realities. This involves mastering one's thoughts and emotions, cultivating a state of inner peace and clarity, and aligning with the universal consciousness. Specific practices such as meditation, visualization, and shamanic journeying can assist in raising one's vibration and preparing for interdimensional travel. The Mantis beings are said to offer guidance and support throughout this process, providing insights and tools to help souls navigate the complexities of different realms. But what does this suggest about the nature of reality itself and the potential for humans to access other dimensions? This suggests that reality is not fixed or linear, but rather a fluid and multi-dimensional tapestry of interconnected realms. Scientific theories about interdimensional travel, wormholes, and alternate realities support this notion, suggesting that the universe is far more vast and complex than we currently understand. The concept of the multiverse proposes that there are an infinite number of universes, each with its own unique set of laws and possibilities. And because of this, humanity can train their minds to connect with these different dimensions and the Mantis beings. Could the multiverse be accessed by advanced consciousness levels or by utilizing wormholes in different galaxies? If the Mantis are guides to higher dimensions, is it possible that they are the protectors and guardians of the Earth and its inhabitants? Have they shielded our planet from unseen cosmic threats and maintained the delicate balance of our energetic grid? This leads us to the question of whether the Mantis beings are actively intervening to protect humanity from harm. From where are they protecting, and what can humans do to assist? That's what we'll explore in detail next. Ancient texts and indigenous traditions speak of celestial beings who protect the Earth from cosmic threats and maintain the planet's energetic balance. The ancient Egyptians, for example, revered the goddess Mad, who represented cosmic order and harmony. Mad is the balance of the universe, so said a priest of Mad. Without her, chaos would reign supreme. She was said to protect the Earth from the forces of chaos and maintain the delicate equilibrium of the cosmos. What specific texts allude to these interactions and beings? The Mayan tradition speaks of Kukulkan, the feathered serpent god, as a protector of humanity and a guardian of the Earth. The Mayan priests believed that Kukulkan descended from the heavens to bring wisdom and knowledge to the Mayan people, and that he continued to watch over them from the celestial realm. Likewise, many indigenous traditions speak of spirit beings who protect the Earth from negative energies and maintain its sacredness. How do we know that these celestial beings are the Mantis race? According to contactee accounts, the Mantis beings have confirmed their role as protectors of the Earth, stating that they are working to maintain its energetic balance and shield it from cosmic threats. "We are the guardians of this planet," said a Mantis being named Zella, We are here to protect it from harm, both seen and unseen. What does this suggest about Earth's energetic grid and the importance of maintaining its harmony and balance? This suggests that the Earth is not just a physical planet, but a living organism with its own energetic field. The concept of ley lines, sacred sites, and Earth's auric field supports this notion, suggesting that the planet is interconnected by a network of energy pathways. By being mindful of the Earth's energy and taking steps to protect it, we can assist the Mantis beings in their mission to maintain its harmony and balance. But how can we, as humans, play a role in assisting? The Mantis may use their advanced technology and spiritual understanding to protect the Earth from negative energies and cosmic threats. Perhaps their interdimensional abilities allow them to detect and neutralize potential dangers before they even manifest in our physical reality. Maybe we, as humans, can assist by raising our own consciousness, cultivating inner peace, and aligning with the Earth's energy. Perhaps by working together, we can create a powerful force field of protection around the planet, shielding it from harm and ushering in a new era of peace and harmony. But what is the ultimate goal? What are they preparing mankind for? With all of this information that the Mantis provide, is humanity on the precipice of a shift in consciousness, a transition to a higher state of being? Will we move to the seventh density? What will happen to those that aren't ready? This leads us to the question of whether humanity is destined for a major transformation, a leap in evolution that will fundamentally change our understanding of ourselves and the universe. That's what we'll explore in detail next. Various prophecies and spiritual teachings speak of a coming shift in consciousness, a time of great upheaval and transformation that will lead humanity to a new era of enlightenment and spiritual awakening. The Mayan calendar, for example, predicted a major shift in consciousness around the year 2012, marking the end of one era and the beginning of another. What different forms are these prophecies being presented in? The Hopi prophecies speak of a time of great purification, a period of upheaval and change that will cleanse the earth and prepare it for a new era of peace and harmony. This is the fifth world, say the Hopi elders, a time of great transformation. The earth will be cleansed and a new era will begin. These words were conveyed by an elder of the tribe by the name of White Feather. The Aquarian Age, according to astrological tradition, is a time of increased awareness, spiritual growth, and collective consciousness. But what do all of these different prophecies have in common? Each of these prophecies carries a message of hope and transformation, suggesting that humanity is destined for a brighter future if we can embrace the changes that are coming. What does this suggest about the steps humanity can take to prepare for this shift and work with the Mantis beings to create a positive future? This suggests that spiritual growth, conscious awareness, and collective action are essential for navigating the challenges that lie ahead. The Mantis beings, according to contactee accounts, are urging humanity to awaken to its true potential, to cultivate compassion and empathy, and to work together to create a world based on peace, harmony, and sustainability. But what do the Mantis beings suggest mankind do? The Mantis beings suggest mankind invest in daily meditation, as well as taking personal responsibility for the energies and emotions that they spread. By taking these steps, we can align ourselves with the higher frequencies of the coming shift, prepare ourselves for the challenges that lie ahead, and work with the Mantis beings to create a positive future for all. This does not mean perfection. It simply means doing better. By understanding all of this, what does it all mean for humanity's future and its relationship with the Mantis beings? So, what does this all mean for humanity's future and its relationship with the Mantis beings? We've explored their role as interdimensional guides, their protection of Earth, and the coming shift in consciousness, all of which points to a grand cosmic plan for humanity. Are we simply pawns in a game, Or are we destined to play a crucial role in the evolution of the universe? Briefly recapping the key points, synthesizing the evidence, we will set up the final conclusion. What role could humans play within the Mantis being's grand scale of cosmic order? The answer to this question, as we'll soon discover, may hold the key to our future. Did you know that while guiding souls to higher dimensions, the Mantis beings are also deeply connected to the Akashic Records, the cosmic library of all events, thoughts, and emotions? What does that mean for our perception of reality and humanity's evolution? This connection suggests that the Mantis not only shepherds souls, but also safeguard the very blueprint of existence, influencing our understanding of time, space, and consciousness. What could that mean for humanity? According to various channeled texts and ancient wisdom traditions, the Mantis beings are deeply connected to the Akashic Records, serving as guardians, recorders, or guides for souls seeking knowledge and understanding. The Emerald Tablets of Thoth speak of beings who hold the keys to the halls of Amenti, realms where the Akashic Records are said to be stored. I am Thoth, keeper of the keys, so it is written. I am the guardian of wisdom, the guide of souls. This text describes beings of immense knowledge and power, capable of accessing and interpreting the cosmic records. Is there a certain race of humans that are more inclined to access the Akashic Records, and are they related to the Mantis? According to reports, certain bloodlines are more adept at accessing the Akashic Records. These bloodlines are rumored to have a stronger connection to the Mantis beings, either through genetic manipulation or spiritual guidance. The Cryon texts speak of lightworkers and starseeds, who possess a unique ability to tap into the cosmic consciousness and access information from the Akashic Records. The lightworkers are the way showers, says Cryon. They are the ones who carry the light of truth and guide humanity towards enlightenment. Cryon texts state that the number of lightworkers will increase as humans ascend. But what is the price for accessing forbidden knowledge? This suggests that accessing the Akashic Records requires a certain level of spiritual development and alignment with the universal consciousness. It suggests that the Mantis race consciously provides humans access, slowly revealing the purpose to those who are ready. This access involves mastering one's thoughts and emotions, cultivating inner peace and clarity, and aligning with the universal consciousness. Specific practices such as meditation, altered states of consciousness, and shamanic practices can assist in raising one's vibration and preparing for Akashic access. But what does this suggest about the nature of reality itself and the potential for humans to unlock hidden knowledge? With the information we know about the Akashic Records, it leads us to the inquiry of what kind of technology a race that travels between dimensions and guards the Akashic Records would possess. Is it beyond human comprehension? Could it unlock the secrets of the universe? Let's explore the Mantis technology and its purpose, and then deep dive into the kind of power that is at play. What could this technology mean for the human race if such a power were to exist? Channeled descriptions and accounts of Mantis technology speak of devices and systems related to interdimensional travel, communication, healing, and information storage retrieval. One contactee, a woman named Dorothy Izzat, claimed to have witnessed Mantis beings using devices that could manipulate space-time, create energy fields, and heal physical ailments. They showed me a device that looked like a crystal, so said Dorothy. It could bend light and create portals to other dimensions. These are primary functions of interdimensional travel and communication for the Mantis aliens. Is it simply for moving throughout different dimensions, or could their technology be weaponized? The channeled transcripts have indicated that Mantis technology is primarily for protection and exploration, not for aggression or domination. They use their technology to maintain the energetic balance of the universe, to heal and uplift souls, and to gather knowledge and wisdom from different realms. One channeled message states, "Our technology is an extension of our consciousness, a tool for creation and healing, not for destruction or control." It is also said that, because their technology is a part of their collective consciousness, it is nearly impossible to misuse. This begs the question, what potential could this offer humanity? Elaborating on the potential applications of Mantis technology, we can imagine devices that could heal diseases, generate clean energy, and allow humans to travel to other planets and dimensions. Their interdimensional travel technology could allow humans to explore the cosmos and connect with other intelligent beings. Their communication technology could allow us to communicate with other dimensions and receive wisdom from ascended masters and cosmic guides. But could this technology be detrimental to humans? Is it too much power for humans to consciously harness and control? It is important to consider the ethical implications of using such advanced technology. Would humans be responsible enough to use it for the good of all, or would they misuse it for personal gain or domination? Could such advanced technology disrupt the natural order of the universe or create unforeseen consequences? There is evidence that it may not be wise. Many believe that the Atlanteans were a technologically advanced race that misused their power and caused their own destruction. If history were to repeat itself, should the Mantis continue to have control, or should humans become conscious of the power and become responsible? With all of this knowledge and power at their hands, is it possible that the Mantis are guiding humanity towards a specific destiny? Is it possible they are saving the planet Earth and its inhabitants from a conscious harvest, as many speculate? That's what we'll explore in detail next. Prophecies, visions, and channeled messages describe a future golden age for humanity, characterized by spiritual enlightenment, technological advancement, and harmonious coexistence with other beings in the cosmos. The Book of Revelation speaks of a new heaven and a new earth, a time of peace, justice, and abundance for all. "And I saw a new heaven and a new earth, so it is written, for the first heaven and the first earth had passed away." What different cultures have recorded this time of expansion and connection, and how do they relate to the Mantis? The prophecies speak of a time when humanity will awaken to its true potential, transcend its limitations, and create a world based on love, compassion, and wisdom. The Mantis beings, according to contactee accounts, are playing a key role in guiding humanity towards this positive future. "We are here to assist you in your evolution," said a Mantis being named Core. "We are here to help you create a world of peace, harmony, and abundance for all." Is that a truthful account? The Mantis know that mankind can save itself, though they will intercede during humanity's darkest hour. Elaborate on the role that humanity can play in creating this positive future, emphasizing the importance of individual and collective consciousness, spiritual growth, and taking responsibility for our planet and its inhabitants. By raising our consciousness, cultivating compassion and empathy, and working together to create a sustainable and just world, we can align ourselves with the positive energies of the coming golden age. This means not just saving ourselves, but also creating a world that is worthy of saving. But how do we practically reach that point? The Mantis aliens suggest the best way to reach a golden age is with consistent meditation and intention. Mankind must begin seeing itself as part of the planet, rather than above it. The Mantis aliens know this will take time, and only a portion of the population will be ready for ascension at the end of the cycle. Many are called, but few are chosen, as many leaders throughout time have stated. And so, what have we learned about the Mantis race today? We've explored their role as interdimensional guides, their connection to the Akashic records, their advanced technology, and their potential influence on the future of humanity. Are the Mantis beings benevolent guides, ushering humanity towards a golden age, or are they manipulators with their own hidden agenda? Briefly recapping the key points, we can begin to pull together the various threads and start to see a clear, compelling understanding. The key points include their origins, interdimensional nature, potential interaction with ancient civilizations, channeled accounts, and the potential influence they've had on humanity's spiritual evolution. And so, what have we learned about the Mantis race today? Did you know that Earth's ley lines are not randomly scattered across the globe, but meticulously designed and placed with conscious intention? What if these energetic pathways were deliberately charted by the Mantis beings, acting as celestial cartographers, weaving an intricate web for cosmic purposes? It's important to ponder, are these potent energy points consciously activated through human connection, or do they function independently? The answer may reveal a deeper understanding of our planet's true potential and the Mantis being's grand design. Ancient structures and sacred sites around the world are strategically positioned along these ley lines, suggesting a deliberate effort to harness and amplify Earth's inherent energy. Consider the pyramids of Giza, aligned not only with the cardinal directions but also with specific stars and constellations, serving as energetic resonators. Or consider Stonehenge, whose massive stones are arranged in a precise geometric pattern that amplifies the Earth's magnetic field. And what of Machu Picchu, perched high in the Andes Mountains, a nexus point for converging ley lines, pulsating with untold power? Were these sites intentionally placed by the Mantis? The answer, as some believe, lies in understanding the purpose of these energetic pathways. What then is the purpose of these ley lines, and what is the Mantis being's intention? Could they serve as energy conduits, channeling cosmic currents across the planet, or perhaps as interdimensional portals, allowing passage between different realms of existence? Some speculate that they are communication channels, linking Earth to other celestial bodies and dimensions, acting as a cosmic internet. It's said that the Mantis beings use these ley lines to transmit cosmic energies, facilitating interdimensional travel, and communicate with other civilizations across vast distances. But what lost knowledge do they possess that could help humanity understand its true potential and purpose? If the Mantis consciously and meticulously designed the Earth's energetic grid system, what lost knowledge do they possess that could help humanity understand its true potential and purpose? That's what we'll explore in detail next. For if they designed the system, then what are they intending? Is it simply for the planet, or is there a larger purpose at play, one that involves the evolution of consciousness itself? Channeled accounts and ancient texts suggest that the Mantis beings are indeed keepers of lost knowledge, possessing access to the Akashic records and ancient wisdom traditions that have been suppressed or forgotten by humanity. The Emerald Tablets of Thoth state, deep in earth lie the halls of Amenti, far beneath the islands of sunken Atlantis, halls of the dead and halls of the living, bathed in the fire of the infinite all. It is suggested that in these halls, the Mantis safeguard the secrets of the universe, guiding souls through the labyrinth of time and space. What they don't want you to know is that this access can be unlocked with conscious intention. How can humanity reconnect with this lost knowledge and access the wisdom of the Mantis beings to accelerate its spiritual evolution and create a positive future? Consider the power of meditation, a practice that allows the mind to quiet the noise of the world and connect with the stillness within. Or explore altered states of consciousness, achieved through shamanic practices, which can open doorways to hidden realms and unlock dormant potentials. What if you could, with the Mantis assistance, connect with the Akashic records and unlock the secrets of the universe? However, consider what lies ahead. Leading into the discussion about hidden knowledge, are shadow governments consciously aware and covering up information about the Mantis and their influence? This has to lead to the question, What information are the shadow governments covering up? What purpose does this serve? Present various conspiracy theories and alleged cover-ups related to the Mantis beings, focusing on the role of shadow governments, secret societies, and other powerful groups in suppressing information and manipulating human consciousness. Some accounts speak of clandestine meetings between world leaders and Mantis beings, deals made in secret, and technologies bartered for influence. Do these shadow groups know of the Mantis' abilities to travel dimensions? Are they able to tap into their technology? These are the things they don't want you to know. It's said the Mantis aliens would not provide their technology in a misused form. Analyze the potential motives and agendas behind the suppression of knowledge about the Mantis beings. Could it be to maintain control over humanity, preventing spiritual awakening, or exploiting Mantis technology for their own purposes? It is believed that those in power fear the awakening of human consciousness, as it would disrupt their carefully constructed system of control. They may use fear-based tactics, misinformation, and manipulation to keep humanity from accessing its true potential. But what are the tools that mankind can tap into to reclaim their sovereignty and their power? If that is true, what are the tools that mankind can tap into to reclaim their sovereignty and their power? The goal is to bring solutions and resources so that viewers feel inspired to take action, leading into the steps that mankind can take to reclaim their conscious power. The journey starts within. Present various methods and techniques that individuals can use to reclaim their sovereignty and connect with the Mantis beings, such as meditation, mindfulness, energy healing, and conscious activism. What steps can be taken to achieve a direct link? It begins with cultivating a deep sense of self-awareness, understanding your own thoughts, emotions, and beliefs. It involves questioning the narratives imposed upon you by society and choosing to create your own reality. It requires a willingness to embrace change, to let go of fear, and to step into your full potential. Enlightenment is a state of consciousness, not a destination, so some gurus were saying. In the simplest of terms, mankind can consciously build whatever they want. How can we build a positive future? Elaborate on the importance of collective action, community building, and creating a new paradigm based on love, compassion, and unity. This involves creating a world based on collaboration rather than control, where resources are shared equitably and everyone has the opportunity to thrive. It requires us to transcend our differences, to see each other as members of the same human family, and to work together to solve the challenges facing our planet. Ultimately, what is the legacy of the Mantis beings? Ultimately, what is the legacy of the Mantis beings? Synthesize all the evidence and arguments presented throughout the video, drawing together the various threads and leading to a strong, compelling conclusion about the Mantis beings. The Mantis legacy is one of cosmic stewardship, spiritual guidance, and empowerment, offering humanity a path towards a brighter future and connection. What they don't want you to know is that they are simply waiting for an invitation to assist. Are you ready to extend your conscious awareness and connect? What lies beyond the veil is even more astonishing, and it will challenge everything you thought you knew about our cosmic origins. Did you know that the Mantis beings, beyond genetic influence, are also master celestial navigators, charting the cosmos with precision and grace? What if their understanding of interstellar pathways far surpasses our current scientific comprehension, holding the key to traversing vast cosmic distances? Their expertise in celestial cartography may be the missing link in understanding our place within the grand cosmic tapestry. Expanding upon the concept of celestial cartography, let's explore the Mantis beings' mastery of interstellar navigation. If they indeed designed the energetic grid system of our planet, what specific roles do stars and constellations play in their unique navigation techniques across the immense cosmic distances? Consider star maps as more than mere navigational tools, but instead as intricate keys to unlocking interdimensional realities, each constellation a verse in a grand cosmic poem. This is what they don't want you to know. Channeled accounts and reinterpretations of ancient petroglyphs whisper of a lost Mantis language, a symphony of geometric symbols intertwined with star maps, serving as both a physical and spiritual compass. Is there a specific set of geometric patterns that appear more frequently than others, suggesting a foundational element of their cosmic communication? What purpose does this design hold for mankind? Many believe that certain geometric configurations, such as the Vesica Piscis and the Flower of Life, are remnants of this lost Mantis language, each symbol resonating with specific frequencies capable of unlocking dormant potentials within the human consciousness. Elaborating further, we find that ancient sites on Earth are strategically aligned with specific stars and constellations, serving as terrestrial anchors for interstellar navigation routes established by the Mantis beings. What are we specifically looking for when identifying and studying these stars and ancient sites? Consider the pyramids of Giza, not merely tombs but precisely aligned with stars in the Orion constellation, possibly reflecting a deliberate connection to Mantis celestial navigation techniques. Or what of the Nazca lines in Peru, their immense geometric figures pointing towards specific constellations, as if marking landing strips for celestial travelers? Thoth was saying, "As above, so below." Now, this brings us to a fundamental question. If humanity could decipher this lost Mantis language, could we consciously communicate and travel dimensions? What if star maps are not just maps, but also components of a lost language, a key to unlocking our interdimensional potential? If this is so, can humans consciously decode this language to establish contact with the Mantis beings and navigate interdimensionally? And what steps can we take to achieve this? One path lies in meditation, specifically focusing on specific geometric symbols and constellations associated with the Mantis beings, visualizing them as portals to higher dimensions. Another technique involves energy work practices, such as activating the light body and aligning the chakras, facilitating interdimensional travel. But how can we specifically work with the ley lines to assist in this endeavor? What they don't want you to know is that the ley lines amplifies these techniques tenfold. You must find the stillness within to navigate the cosmic seas, so the Mantis beings were saying. However, before embarking on this journey, what are the ethical considerations involved in establishing conscious contact with the Mantis beings? What are the potential risks and rewards? It is imperative to approach this endeavor with utmost intention, discernment, and respect for free will, ensuring that our actions align with the highest good of all. Is it possible that some humans are not yet ready for this level of contact? Are there potential mental or physical side effects from trying to connect? The Mantis have said, humility and purity of heart will protect you on your journey. Ultimately, it's crucial to understand that conscious contact requires a profound sense of responsibility, acknowledging the potential impact on both individual and collective consciousness. A key part of this is realizing and utilizing that you are protected. Are there specific protections that mankind can do to assist themselves, and what tools do they need? It involves cultivating self-awareness, emotional stability, and a clear understanding of one's own motivations and intentions. So, what have we learned about celestial navigation, the Mantis beings, and establishing contact? Putting all the pieces together, we see that the Mantis legacy is one of cosmic stewardship, spiritual guidance, and empowerment, offering humanity a path towards a brighter future, but only with conscious connection. Briefly recap the key points, including the Mantis expertise in celestial navigation, the lost Mantis language, the connection between star maps and ancient sites, and the techniques for establishing conscious contact with the Mantis beings. Are you ready to traverse the cosmic seas? Since celestial navigation is a key component of the Mantis race, does that infer they also hold a deep understanding of the human brain? Let's explore how Mantis beings utilize specific frequencies and geometric patterns to influence human brainwaves, potentially unlocking psychic abilities and expanded states of consciousness, and what that means for the evolution of the human brain. Is it possible that the Mantis understand our brains better than we do? Did you know that the human brain operates on a spectrum of frequencies, each associated with different states of consciousness? Delta waves, 0. 54Hz, are prominent during deep sleep. Theta waves, 48Hz, during meditation and creativity. Alpha waves, 812Hz, during relaxation. Beta waves, 1230Hz, during active thinking. And gamma waves, 3100Hz, during peak performance and heightened awareness. What are the specific frequencies the Mantis are said to use, and what do they unlock within our consciousness? Some channeled sources suggest that the Mantis beings utilize frequencies beyond our current scientific understanding, accessing higher states of awareness and unlocking dormant psychic abilities. Channeled accounts and reinterpretations of ancient mystery schools suggest that the Mantis beings possess the ability to manipulate brainwave frequencies through advanced technology or psychic techniques, inducing altered states of consciousness and facilitating communication. But if it were that simple, wouldn't everyone be consciously connecting? Perhaps this is the reason that certain people connect easier. Maybe they're more apt to receive this information. Present specific channeled information describing the Mantis being's ability to manipulate brainwave frequencies, citing examples of techniques used to induce altered states of consciousness. The Emerald Tablets speak of Thoth, a possible incarnation of a Mantis being, using sound and light to manipulate consciousness within the halls of a Menti. So, how can humans train themselves to achieve these brainwave states? Is it truly a matter of training or allowing? Elaborate on techniques to use sound and light to activate Mantis potential. This would unlock faster states of communication and ability. One technique involves using binaural beats, which are auditory illusions created by playing two different frequencies in each ear, causing the brain to synchronize with the difference between the frequencies. Another method involves using light therapy, which exposes the brain to specific wavelengths of light, stimulating different brainwave patterns. But how does one protect their mind while undergoing these active brainwave connections? The Mantis have said, intention and purity will protect you from outside interference. Leading us into the topic of brainwave states, how can sound vibration affect contact? What if the Mantis can influence our brains? What specific sounds or sonic technologies do the Mantis beings use to communicate with humanity, transmit information, and initiate contact? This leads us into the territory of cymatics. Shift to explore how the manipulation of sonic information has potential to be good and bad. According to channeled accounts and ancient myths, the Mantis beings use specific sounds or sonic technologies for communication, healing, and interdimensional travel. What if the sound a Mantis makes is beyond the ability for most humans to audibly hear? Does the Mantis language translate to sound? Some researchers believe that the Mantis language is based on a complex system of harmonic frequencies and geometric patterns, which can be transmitted through sound or light. What they don't want you to know is the Mantis language is less about sound and more about vibration. To build deeper connections through audible communication, one can begin to explore the scientific principles behind sonic communication. By focusing on how specific frequencies and sound patterns can influence the human brain, nervous system, and energy field, facilitating communication, healing, and altered states of consciousness can begin. How can we use this knowledge to consciously connect? What type of sound bath or sound therapy can be used? Discuss the use of specific frequencies, such as solfeggio frequencies or binaural beats, to induce altered states of consciousness. Some channels speak of the 528 Hz frequency as being a portal to other dimensions and communication. If these sounds and sonic technologies can alter frequency, can sonic energy also protect Earth? This leads the viewer into the question: how do the Mantis beings consciously use sonic energy to protect Earth from cosmic threats, maintain its energetic balance, and influence human consciousness? What if the Earth itself hums at a frequency we are unable to measure? The Mantis would understand and actively protect this frequency. Presenting ancient myths and modern accounts describing the Mantis beings' role in protecting Earth from cosmic threats will set up more depth to their intention. Some researchers believe that the Mantis beings use a network of resonant chambers and crystal grids to amplify and focus sonic energy, creating a protective shield around the planet. What do the ancient civilizations say? The myths of Atlantis speak of a giant crystal that powered the civilization and protected it from harm. What does the interference from reptilians affect Earth? It is said that they emit a low frequency that disrupts the planet's natural harmonic balance. Elaborate on the importance of sonic energy in maintaining Earth's energetic balance. This creates a sonic shield. What is the sonic shield? How can humans consciously harness the energy within their voice for the greater good? Can sound consciously change the world we live in? The Mantis have said, the Earth is a living being, and sound is its lifeblood. Explore how the Mantis beings may use sonic energy to heal the planet. What they don't want you to know is that this sonic shield is weakening, and the reptilians are to blame. If we can consciously harness our voice and Earth uses a sonic shield, does that make our voice a weapon? This may lead to the question: how can the collective and individual human voice change the future, protect the planet, and harness one's own power? Let's dive deeper into this potential. This is about to go in a direction you may not like, but bear with me. Presenting specific techniques that humans can use to evolve, such as chanting, toning, and conscious communication, will add some depth to this statement. What is the power of creation through I Am? Elaborate on the conscious power of I Am. Chanting and toning can help to activate specific energy centers in the body, while conscious communication involves speaking with intention and clarity, directing our thoughts and emotions towards positive outcomes. What do the texts say about this power? The Bible speaks of the power of the spoken word, stating, "In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God." These techniques can assist humanity in their evolution and ascension if utilized correctly. Elaborate on the importance of reclaiming the power of the human voice, both individually and collectively, to create a positive future for humanity and the planet. How can these tools assist mankind in creating the future they want? Can mankind consciously speak a new world and reality into existence? The Mantis have said, your voice is a powerful tool, use it wisely. So, what is the Mantis legacy? Synthesize all the evidence and arguments presented throughout this video, drawing together the various threads and leading to a strong, compelling understanding of the Mantis legacy and our relationship. What is to come between the two races? Are the two races meant to intertwine and become one? What will the future hold? The Mantis legacy is one of guidance, protection, and empowerment. Having explored the capabilities in galactic navigation and the physical human, let's solidify the understanding that Mantis beings are architects of the human soul matrix, consciously designing the energetic framework that guides souls through their incarnations. The Mantis are said to create our energetic framework for life, but is it possible to consciously co-create with them? What if they gave us a starting point but are now asking for our assistance? What is this soul matrix? What are its components, such as chakras, auric fields, and energy pathways? How do the Mantis beings design and maintain it? The core of this design has to do with our emotions and soul choices. Each human emotion is said to vibrate at a different frequency, and based on those frequencies, the Mantis beings can adjust the auric fields to allow for greater protection or expulsion. They believe that each chakra is connected to a different emotion, and by mastering our emotional intelligence, we can control the vibratory field of the soul matrix. According to channeled sources and metaphysical texts, the Mantis beings possess deep knowledge of the soul's journey and utilize advanced technology or consciousness to design the soul matrix, influencing its development and guiding its evolution across lifetimes. The Book of Thoth speaks of a council of light beings that oversee the evolution of souls, guiding them through various lifetimes. How does this influence different human experiences and emotions? If you are constantly in low vibration, the soul matrix becomes weaker and makes room for outside influence and attachments. If you are in high vibration, it becomes nearly impenetrable and provides more expansion. Does that mean our life is predetermined? How does this relate to human free will and spiritual growth? Does this mean we are stuck with what we are given? What can we change and what is set? How much of our own soul matrix do we have conscious control over, and how much is predetermined by the Mantis beings? The truth is a blend between both. The Mantis have provided the blueprint, however. It is up to the soul to decide what is set in motion. We have a choice to alter past trauma, or stay stuck in the continuous loop of repeating the trauma. If the Mantis beings architect the soul matrix in life, do they also play a role in guiding souls through the afterlife, assisting them in processing their experiences and preparing for their next incarnation? Do they hold space for the soul as it transitions? The Bardo Thodol speaks of different realms of existence that the soul passes through after death, guided by deities and light beings. How do the Mantis treat souls after they leave the human form? Present specific examples of near-death experiences and afterlife accounts that describe encounters with Mantis-like beings assisting souls in transitioning to the next realm, reviewing their lives, and making choices about their future incarnations. One account speaks of a woman who, after a near-fatal car accident, found herself in a realm of pure light, greeted by a Mantis-like being who showed her a panoramic view of her life, highlighting moments of love, compassion, and missed opportunities. What common themes can be found in these various different accounts? They all show a life review of past actions, along with a choice in the path that is taken for the next incarnation. Elaborate on how the Mantis beings may use their advanced knowledge and technology to help souls process their past life experiences, heal emotional wounds, and prepare for their next incarnation, potentially on Earth or another planet. What do they specifically guide them to do? How do they assist? The Mantis being showed the woman how her actions had ripple effects, impacting the lives of others in both positive and negative ways. This allowed her to release any guilt or regret and gain a deeper understanding of her life's purpose. Is there a key for future advancement that is expected of them? The Mantis expected her to retain the knowledge that she is love, and that is her sole purpose for being. If the Mantis beings are key players in the soul's journey, why is this knowledge suppressed or absent from mainstream religions and spiritual teachings? And what could be gained by those in power to withhold? The Emerald Tablets speak of hidden knowledge that is only accessible to those who are initiated into the mysteries. What has been shared about this specific role in ancient texts? Is there a possible chance that they are trying to take it from mankind? What are the shadow governments hiding about it? This answer may lie in power and control, or to protect them from knowing their true power. Present various conspiracy theories and alleged cover-ups related to the suppression of knowledge about the soul, focusing on the role of secret societies, governments, and religious institutions in manipulating human beliefs about the afterlife. One theory suggests that certain secret societies possess ancient texts that reveal the truth about the soul matrix and the Mantis being's role in its creation, but they keep this knowledge hidden to maintain their power and control. Do the governments know something about the Mantis control of the soul matrix? What texts have been taken or rewritten? What specific information has been withheld? Elaborate on the potential motives and agendas behind the suppression of knowledge about the soul, such as maintaining control over humanity through fear-based tactics, preventing spiritual awakening, or exploiting soul energy for their own purposes. What does control of that specific piece of information allow? If the governments know, do they then have control over the afterlife? Can they manipulate and use this control to their own benefit? It is said if the public knew this, they would not fear death, and the elite thrive off the fear of death, so they can maintain control. The Mantis have stated, the truth about the soul is the key to unlocking human potential. If the Mantis beings are architects of the soul matrix, is it possible for humans to consciously co-create their own soul matrix with the Mantis beings, designing their own destiny and accelerating their spiritual evolution? Can humanity connect and consciously design a new world that has a specific future? In short, yes. There are certain levels of understanding and consciousness that one must first unlock before co-creating the soul matrix. How can humanity co-create their own soul matrix and their own future? What does that entail? Present different techniques that individuals can use to consciously co-create their own soul matrix with the Mantis beings, such as visualization, affirmation, and collaborative meditation. What is the first step? The first step is to truly believe that you are worthy of this type of connection. What techniques do they have to offer? The Mantis say to begin by visualizing your ideal future, focusing on positive emotions and intentions. Then, use affirmations to reinforce these beliefs, speaking them aloud with conviction. Finally, join collaborative meditations with others who share your vision, amplifying the collective energy and creating a powerful force for change. Elaborate on the importance of intention, conscious awareness, and collective action in shaping the soul matrix and creating a positive future for humanity and the planet. What is the power of the human intent? How can intent change humanity? The power of intent is the driving force behind all creation, the Mantis proclaim. It is the ability to focus your thoughts and emotions on a specific outcome, attracting the energy and resources needed to manifest it into reality. By consciously choosing your intentions, you can shape your own destiny and contribute to the collective evolution of humanity. Is it required for the human race to create a unanimous decision and intention? Not necessarily, but the greater the consensus, the faster and more powerfully the changes will manifest. Synthesize all the evidence and arguments presented throughout this section, drawing together the various threads and leading to a strong, compelling understanding of the Mantis beings. Where does this legacy place the human race? What is the legacy we wish to leave behind? How do we use this specific information? The Mantis legacy is one of cosmic stewardship, spiritual guidance, and empowerment, offering humanity a path towards self-discovery. It is a legacy of shared creation, where humans and Mantis beings work together to shape the destiny of the soul and create a brighter future for all. But what if the two races were meant to combine, and that is the true test of evolution? What will come of it? What they don't want you to know is this is already in motion, and that there are humans incarnated on Earth right now, with Mantis DNA actively expressing. Building on their influence on the soul and energy matrix, let's solidify the understanding that the Mantis beings are also sources of inspiration for human creativity and innovation across art, science, and technology. What drives their own creativity, and how can humanity tap into this source? Is the Mantis conscious intention to create beauty in all of its forms? Their artistry goes beyond human imagination as they understand the deepest levels of creation and are able to bend time and space. According to channeled accounts and reinterpreted ancient myths, the Mantis beings transmit innovative ideas, artistic visions, and technological blueprints to receptive human minds, acting as muses or catalysts for groundbreaking discoveries and artistic creations. What examples can be found in our history where the inspiration seemingly came from another space? What do the channeled texts say about it? Nikola Tesla, for example, claimed that his groundbreaking inventions, including alternating current AC electricity, came to him in vivid visions and dreams. The channeled texts speak of Tesla being in direct contact with the Mantis race, and that they gifted him the blueprint to bring AC electricity to the world. Where does inspiration really come from? Analyze the nature of inspiration as a form of interdimensional communication or a connection to the cosmic mind, facilitated by the Mantis being's advanced consciousness and understanding of the universe. Consider inspiration as a state of heightened awareness, where the individual mind becomes a conduit for information and ideas from beyond the physical realm. Meditation, altered states of consciousness, and shamanic practices can enhance human receptivity to Mantis inspiration. Is mankind consciously allowing it, or are their genetic codes being manipulated? If the Mantis beings inspire human creativity, is there a genetic predisposition or specific DNA markers that make certain individuals more receptive to their influence? And could this be another form of genetic manipulation? Are there certain bloodlines that are more prone to creativity than others? Could these certain families be more prone because of their DNA connection to the Mantis race? What does science have to say about genetics and inspiration? Present scientific research on the genetic basis of creativity, intelligence, and psychic abilities, focusing on specific DNA markers or bloodlines that may be linked to heightened receptivity to Mantis influence. Scientists have identified certain genes, such as the DRD4 gene, which is associated with novelty-seeking and creativity. Additionally, studies have shown that individuals with certain variations in the 5-HTTLPR gene, which regulates serotonin levels, are more likely to experience mystical or spiritual experiences. Do these genes mean that one race is predetermined to be more creative? It only means that there is more ease of access to these creative capabilities. Why is it often the same bloodlines creating throughout time? Elaborate on the role of ancient bloodlines in preserving and transmitting specific genetic traits that may enhance human receptivity to Mantis inspiration, potentially linking royal or aristocratic families to increased creativity. Think of the Medici family in Renaissance Italy, who were patrons of the arts and sciences, and who fostered a cultural environment that encouraged creativity and innovation. Is there something that makes them more aligned to the Mantis ways? Perhaps their lineage has been protected to keep the genetic predisposition for communication and creation alive. Is this connection conscious or unconscious for those specific family bloodlines? What is required to build this conscious connection and tap into this stream of information? Transition to, if the Mantis beings inspire human creativity, is it possible for individuals to consciously connect with them and tap into this source of inspiration? For many, the connection is unconscious, a subtle influence that guides their thoughts and actions without their conscious awareness. Building a conscious connection requires intention, focus, and a willingness to explore the depths of one's own consciousness. What steps can be taken to bridge the conscious and unconscious mind? Are there specific methods that can be used for this connection? Present different techniques that individuals can use to consciously connect with the Mantis beings and tap into their source of inspiration, such as meditation, visualization, and shamanic practices. Meditation can help quiet the mind and create space for new ideas and insights. Visualization can be used to connect with the Mantis beings and receive their guidance. Shamanic practices, such as journeying, can provide access to altered states of consciousness where communication with other dimensions becomes possible. Is there a specific geometric shape that must be used? The hexagon is the shape most often associated with the Mantis beings. Visualizing this symbol when trying to connect will assist. Elaborate on the importance of self-trust and consciously making the journey. How can the Mantis beings assist if mankind cannot create their own world? What is the Mantis role in humanity's conscious journey? The Mantis beings can provide guidance and inspiration, but ultimately, it is up to each individual to create their own world. The journey of conscious creation requires self-trust, a belief in one's own abilities, and a willingness to take risks and step outside of one's comfort zone. The Mantis beings serve as cosmic midwives, assisting in the birth of new realities, but the labor of creation ultimately lies with humanity. If a person cannot create their own world, the Mantis may be able to assist, but they are more prone to manipulation. The Mantis will assist those who are consciously trying to evolve and create a more beautiful reality. If it's possible to tap into one's own creative potential, are there entities and races out there who are trying to stop that? Leading to, is it possible that other extraterrestrial factions, such as reptilian entities, are actively trying to suppress human creativity and block our connection with the Mantis beings, seeking to maintain control over human consciousness? What methods do they use to control and manipulate human inspiration and creativity? The answer may lie in the subtle manipulation of human thought patterns and emotions, creating a fog of fear and doubt that obscures the light of inspiration. This control over creativity allows entities to control the narrative of the world. What are the suppression tactics that are being used to keep humans stuck? Discuss manipulation, control, and censorship. Present examples of how human creativity and innovation have been suppressed throughout history, focusing on instances of censorship, propaganda, and control. Do the controllers know about the Mantis, and are they trying to stop it? Throughout history, governments, corporations, and media outlets have engaged in censorship, propaganda, and control, shaping human beliefs and suppressing alternative perspectives. The controllers are likely aware of the Mantis beings and their potential influence on human creativity, and they may actively try to block our connection with them. What ways can they be stopped? The first step is knowing that they are doing it, and once enough humans are aware, the control they hold will no longer have power. In final thoughts, what does this mean for mankind? Elaborate on the importance of reclaiming our creative power, both individually and collectively, to resist manipulation, express our authentic selves, and create a positive future for humanity and the planet. Can a conscious connection between many people change the course of direction? The creative power lies within each and every one of us. By reclaiming our creative power, we can resist manipulation, express our authentic selves, and create a positive future for humanity and the planet. A conscious connection between many people can amplify the power of creation, shifting the course of direction towards a more harmonious and fulfilling reality. This is what the Mantis race wants. Synthesize all the evidence and arguments presented throughout this section, drawing together the various threads and leading to a strong, compelling conclusion about the Mantis beings. This should include a final thought on how they are trying to help the human race evolve. The Mantis beings are not only architects of the soul matrix, but also sources of inspiration for human creativity and innovation. They offer a path towards self-discovery, conscious creation, and spiritual evolution. Their assistance offers a powerful and positive potential for the human race to evolve. However, other races are consciously trying to shut this connection down. What will be the outcome? Are these other entities influencing the narrative in such a way as to block the human race completely? What they don't want you to know is that there are those who know that the Mantis are here to help, and they've already tapped into the higher conscious, despite the lower race's efforts. Now that we've seen how the Mantis assist with creativity, can we really say their influence is only artistic? Is it time to solidify the understanding that Mantis beings are also catalysts for human evolution, consciously intervening to accelerate our spiritual, technological, and psychic development? Did you know that within some ancient texts it states they are the ones who engineered humanity's capacity for seventh density consciousness? But is their intention purely benevolent, or is there a hidden agenda at play that we are not yet aware of? What do the channeled texts and the modern-day contacts say about humanity's evolution? What do the Mantis want for us? What are their instructions to mankind? In the Law of One, Ra, a sixth-density social memory complex, describes the Mantis beings as guardians and teachers of humanity. Ra states that the Mantis beings have been assisting humanity for millennia, guiding our spiritual evolution and helping us to understand our place in the universe. So Ra was saying, in specific passages, they describe the Mantis beings' role in guiding and accelerating human evolution. They emphasize teachings about spiritual growth, technological advancement, and psychic development. Is Ra saying they're literally teachers, guiding our spiritual and technological capabilities? The channeled information suggests that the Mantis are helping humanity to unlock its full potential, guiding us towards a future where we can live in harmony with each other and with the universe. It is important to remember that there are differing opinions, and this is just one to consider. The Mantis-guided process for ascension involves a radical transformation of consciousness, where individuals awaken to their true nature as divine beings and transcend the limitations of the physical world. What does this ascension process look like? How will our current world change and shift in the future? Visualize a caterpillar transforming into a butterfly. The caterpillar is limited to crawling on the ground, while the butterfly can fly freely through the air. Similarly, humans are currently limited by their physical bodies and their limited understanding of the universe. Through the ascension process, we can break free from these limitations and soar to new heights of consciousness and awareness. In that expansion is more knowledge and access to higher planes of existence. Will we still have our current day-to-day jobs? Likely everything will be different, as there is no need to generate wealth when there is just access to all things needed and wanted. If the Mantis beings are catalysts for human evolution, what are they preparing us for? Is the final intention for humans to reach galactic citizenship and join a larger cosmic community? Where do we go from here, once humanity masters conscious creation? Are humans actually qualified for such a leap? Or do we still have lessons to learn before we can join the galactic stage? Perhaps the very concept of qualification is a human construct, and the universe embraces all beings with open arms, regardless of their level of development. Present different visions and prophecies about humanity's future role in a larger galactic civilization. Focus on themes of interspecies cooperation, knowledge sharing, and spiritual unity. What different abilities will we learn to harness as a species? What will each human's unique role be in this grand cosmic dance? Some contactees describe a future where humans serve as diplomats and mediators, bridging the gap between different extraterrestrial civilizations and fostering peaceful relations. One woman who has come forward states she was taken to the Mantis home world, which existed in the seventh density. She recounted her experience of seeing various races coexisting in a harmonious state of love and peace. She recalls that she was given a very specific assignment of working directly for the Mantis race in order to help them teach the human race. The channeled texts speak of humans developing the ability to consciously travel through space and time, exploring the mysteries of the universe and connecting with other intelligent beings. What would it be like to consciously move through the galaxy, being assisted by the Mantis race. As it stands, this is just one account of what to expect. Elaborate on the challenges and opportunities that humanity will face as it evolves and integrates into a larger galactic community. What are the biggest roadblocks we must overcome to qualify? Focus on issues of cultural diversity, ethical responsibility, and spiritual maturity. What are the tests that mankind must complete in order to be accepted? Imagine trying to unite a group of people from different countries, cultures, and backgrounds. Each person has their own unique perspective, beliefs, and values. The challenge is to create a sense of unity and cooperation, while still respecting each individual's individuality. This is the challenge that humanity will face as it integrates into a larger galactic community. Perhaps all it will take is learning to respect one another and celebrating those differences. If galactic citizenship is the final goal, what stands in our way? With such high potential, do other races want to stop us from achieving that goal and prevent our ascension? Is humanity on a collision course with malevolent extraterrestrial forces, such as reptilian entities, who seek to control or destroy our planet and prevent us from achieving our cosmic destiny? Is it too late to avoid this collision? Or can we still change our course and create a more positive future? Is this cosmic conflict inevitable, or can it be averted through conscious choice and collective action? What ancient texts and modern theories discuss the potential war? Present specific examples of ancient myths, channeled information, and contactee accounts that describe the potential for cosmic conflict, focusing on the reptilian entities' alleged plans to dominate or destroy humanity. What are their endgame intentions for the planet, and what role do humans play in their grand scheme? The Gnostic texts speak of the archons, malevolent entities who seek to keep humanity enslaved and ignorant of its true potential. The archons are described as reptilian in nature, and they are said to be masters of manipulation and deception. In the story of Genesis, the serpent tempts Eve to eat from the tree of knowledge, leading to humanity's fall from grace. Is this serpent a metaphor for the reptilian entities who seek to control humanity? Some believe the serpent race exists and wants to block the ascension. If a war is coming, what is the Mantis' purpose in assisting humanity during such a potentially dangerous time? Elaborate on the role of the Mantis beings in preparing humanity for this potential cosmic conflict, focusing on their teachings about spiritual warfare, psychic self-defense, and the importance of standing in our truth. How will this information assist mankind in the supposed war? The Mantis beings are not warriors in the traditional sense. They are teachers and guides, helping humanity to awaken to its true potential and to stand in its power. One of their key teachings is the importance of using I am affirmations to create our own reality. So the Mantis were saying, the use of I am affirmations allows us to consciously direct our thoughts and emotions, aligning ourselves with the power of creation. With a cosmic war potentially at play, is there a way for humans to assist? If humanity faces a potential cosmic conflict, how can we best prepare ourselves? And what role can we play in creating a more harmonious and peaceful universe? Can mankind consciously reverse the path? Let's connect the previous points together for a grand finale. The Mantis beings are not preparing us for a physical war, but for a spiritual war, a battle for the future of consciousness. What skills do we learn to harness? Posing questions, what skills do we learn to harness? How do we unlock our own powers to assist? Present specific techniques that individuals and communities can use to promote peace, understanding, and cooperation. Does it start from the individual and ripple into the collective consciousness? Or does it start with a collective of conscious people that can ripple into the one? One technique is the practice of forgiveness. Forgiveness is not about condoning harmful behavior, but about releasing ourselves from the burden of anger and resentment. When we forgive, we free ourselves to move forward and create a more positive future. Another technique is the practice of compassion, which involves cultivating empathy and understanding for all beings, even those who have harmed us. What if we could only assist in the future? Elaborate on the importance of collective action, community building, and creating a new paradigm based on love, compassion, and unity in creating a more harmonious and peaceful universe. Can humanity create a new system that supports humanity instead of controlling it? What would a world be like if there was no controlling source, and there was just collaboration? The answers lie within. It's about removing the outside noises and rediscovering the true power within yourself. Can mankind build a new system that is not reliant on a source of control? The key is collaboration, a world built on mutual respect and understanding. Pulling together what we have learned, is there a plan for humanity? Is there a way for the Mantis and humanity to work together going forward? What is the ultimate vision for the two races working in tandem, and how can we manifest that vision into reality? It all begins with the individual. Each and every one of us has the power to create change, to heal ourselves and our world. We can choose to live in fear, or we can choose to live in love. Briefly recap the key points from this section, synthesizing the evidence and setting up the conclusion. So what's to come for humanity? Is the Mantis legacy actually a gift to mankind, a catalyst for our evolution and a guide towards a brighter future? What they don't want you to know is, it's up to each individual to step into their power and create the new world. But what will the collective create? That is what remains to be seen. If galactic citizenship is the final goal, how does the element of time come into play? Did you know that many believe the Mantis beings exist outside of our linear perception of time, perceiving it instead as a fluid and interconnected web? Their advanced consciousness allows them to navigate through different timelines and dimensions with ease. The core of this is not about predicting the future, but manipulating the very fabric of time itself. This is where the Mantis beings' true power and influence become apparent, and the question becomes, can they see all possible timelines and consciously move throughout them? What do ancient texts and channeled sources reveal about the Mantis beings' relationship with time? Is it possible that they are the guardians of the Akashic records, the interdimensional library of all events that have ever occurred, or will ever occur, in the universe? In the Emerald Tablets, Thoth speaks of the masters of time who dwell in the halls of Amenti, guarding the secrets of the ages and guiding the evolution of mankind. So Thoth was saying, could these masters of time be the Mantis beings, overseeing the unfolding of human history and intervening when necessary to ensure our survival and progress? The channeled information suggests that the Mantis possess the ability to access and manipulate timelines, altering events to steer humanity towards its highest potential. One channeled text, the Law of One, discusses how certain higher density beings can retard or accelerate the development of a civilization by manipulating the flow of time. Is it true that the Mantis beings are these higher density beings, subtly adjusting our timeline to prevent us from self-destruction? The role of interdimensional timekeepers is one of immense responsibility and power. Imagine a vast cosmic chessboard, where each square represents a different moment in time, and each piece represents a civilization or a planet. The Mantis beings, as interdimensional timekeepers, are said to be able to see the entire board, past, present, and future, and to move the pieces in ways that promote the greatest harmony and balance. Can they change the future of a civilization with their time traveling, and do they consciously interfere with mankind? This may involve subtly influencing key events, guiding the development of new technologies, or inspiring individuals to take actions that will have far-reaching consequences. What if the Mantis beings are responsible for the sudden leaps in human innovation and creativity throughout history, subtly nudging us towards a more advanced and enlightened future? Perhaps they're not just observers, but active participants in our evolutionary journey, carefully orchestrating events to ensure our survival and eventual transcendence. If the Mantis beings can perceive and manipulate time, what does that say about the limitations of human perception within the third dimension? We are confined to a linear experience of time, moving from one moment to the next, with little awareness of the vastness of the past or the possibilities of the future. This limited perception can create a sense of isolation and powerlessness, making us feel like we are at the mercy of fate. What must mankind learn to move beyond the third dimension and into other realms, where time is not a constraint but a tool? The Mantis beings, existing outside of our linear perception, offer a glimpse into the potential for transcending these limitations and accessing higher dimensions of reality. Numerous accounts of near-death experiences, altered states of consciousness, and psychic phenomena suggest that it is possible to break free from the constraints of third-dimensional perception and access higher dimensions of reality. Individuals who have had near-death experiences often report a sense of timelessness, where past, present, and future merge into a single moment of awareness. What if this is just a glimpse of the true nature of reality, a reality that the Mantis beings perceive with clarity and ease? Accounts of remote viewing and psychic abilities suggest that it is possible to access information from distant locations and times, hinting at the potential for transcending the limitations of space and time. One woman who has remote viewing capabilities stated she could only tap into what already existed, and she could not create a new timeline. So the remote viewer was saying, but how does mankind harness this power, and can any human tap into this skill? While it may seem like science fiction, these experiences offer tantalizing glimpses into the potential for transcending the limitations of human perception and unlocking new dimensions of reality. How can mankind work towards transcending the third dimension and unlocking higher dimensional experiences? What practices can assist in this expansion? What is the power that is harnessed there, and how does the third dimension influence and change in response? Meditation, shamanism, and other spiritual practices can help us to quiet the mind, open our hearts, and connect with our inner selves. These practices can lead to altered states of consciousness, where we can experience a sense of oneness with the universe and access higher dimensions of reality. Some believe that specific geometric shapes and frequencies can act as keys, unlocking dormant potentials within our DNA and activating our capacity for higher dimensional awareness. What tools can mankind use to protect and better themselves so that this shift can happen easier, and what are the requirements for this shift? Perhaps it is about surrendering the ego, letting go of our limited beliefs and fears, and embracing the infinite possibilities of the universe. With this new understanding of dimensional and time travel, how are the Mantis preparing us for seventh density living? Is their ultimate goal to guide humanity towards a future where we can live in harmony with each other and with the universe, transcending the limitations of the physical world and embracing our true nature as divine beings? This leads into the question, what steps are they sharing with mankind to better consciously connect with this potential world? The channeled texts and contactee accounts paint a picture of seventh density living as a state of pure love, joy, and creativity, where all beings are interconnected, and there is no separation between the individual and the divine. What have the Mantis said about the seventh density? Are there any specific instructions? Present specific passages from channeled texts and contactee accounts describing the Mantis being's vision of seventh density living, focusing on themes of spiritual enlightenment, technological advancement, and harmonious coexistence with other beings in the cosmos. In the Law of One, Ra describes seventh density as a state of unity consciousness, where all beings are aware of their interconnectedness and live in perfect harmony. So Ra was saying, One contactee recalls a vision where humans had mastered the art of interdimensional travel, exploring the cosmos and sharing their knowledge and wisdom with other civilizations. Another account describes a world where technology is used to enhance human potential, not to control or destroy, with devices that heal the body, expand the mind, and connect us with the divine. Do these accounts provide a glimpse into the Mantis being's vision for humanity, a future where we have transcended our limitations and embraced our full potential? If seventh density living is the ultimate goal, does this fall on mankind, and if so, how do we consciously bring it to life? Is this a premonition or a potential outcome? Mankind needs to consciously create a world that supports the move into seventh density. This involves embracing love, compassion, and unity, and rejecting fear, hatred, and separation. It requires us to heal our planet, to end poverty and injustice, and to create a world where all beings can thrive. This reality exists, we just have to believe in it and actively step into it. What is the final intention, according to the channeled texts? Can humans connect to see this reality and help make it real? Perhaps the Mantis beings are not just guiding us towards a future that is predetermined, but empowering us to create our own destiny, to consciously shape the world we want to live in. Synthesizing all the evidence and arguments presented throughout this section, is there hope for mankind? What is the ultimate fate? The Mantis beings may be celestial navigators and timekeepers, but their ultimate goal is not to control or manipulate us, but to guide us towards our highest potential. Their legacy is one of empowerment, inspiring us to transcend our limitations, embrace our true nature, and create a world of love, peace, and harmony. Can their goal be consciously assisted through the human collective, and what is humanity's role? As we step into our power and consciously create our own reality, we may find that the seventh density is not just a distant dream, but a tangible possibility, a world waiting to be born within our hearts and minds. This journey starts with the conscious recognition that the power exists within. But we're just scratching the surface of the Mantis beings' influence and their role in human evolution. What we'll discover next is even more shocking and challenges everything we thought we knew about extraterrestrial contact. Is the Matrix-like experience that humans are in all by design? Let us solidify the understanding that the Mantis beings orchestrate what seems like a simulation to influence humans for their next stage of evolution. The question we'll pose is this a conscious orchestration? This process of guidance and manipulation will reveal a deeper pattern in a complex universe. Perhaps it is not about confinement, but a staged environment for learning. Examples of this designed experience are all around us. Consider the phenomenon of déjà vu, that eerie sensation of having already experienced a present moment. Is this a glitch in the Matrix, a fleeting glimpse behind the veil of the simulation? Or what about those strange synchronicities, those seemingly coincidental events that align perfectly to guide us on our path? Are these subtle nudges from the Mantis beings, orchestrating our reality to lead us towards our highest potential? Could these feelings of unexplainable weirdness be a message of expansion from the Mantis beings? One woman recalls a time when she was having a very intense thought about space, and the moment she concluded her thoughts, a rocket ship flew over her home. So the woman was saying, mankind is experiencing the great design, but can mankind consciously see this experience? What specific information can be gathered on the conscious orchestrations the Mantis are said to design? What is their true intention for doing so? Present specific passages from channeled texts that reveal the hidden purpose of our reality. According to channeled texts, the Mantis allegedly take careful and calculated steps in designing the human experience, the primary purpose being to accelerate the evolution of consciousness. The steps allegedly involve creating a complex system of challenges and opportunities, carefully tailored to each individual's unique karmic path. This design is supposed to push us to confront our deepest fears, overcome our limiting beliefs, and awaken to our true potential. The channeled information suggests that this reality is not a prison for the human soul, but a carefully crafted crucible for transformation. One channeled text describes the Mantis beings as cosmic gardeners, meticulously tending to the growth of humanity, pruning away the weeds of ignorance and nurturing the seeds of enlightenment. The text continues by claiming the Mantis can create different levels of consciousness, almost as if adjusting the weather for the soul. But is there an easy way out of this conscious design? The channeled text suggests that the key lies in self-awareness and conscious choice. By recognizing the patterns and codes of the Matrix, and by choosing to align ourselves with love, compassion, and unity, we can transcend the limitations of the simulation and co-create a new reality. Is mankind truly living in a manipulation or a designed experience? What kind of world would the Mantis create to impact humanity? Delve into the nature of a holographic universe or a simulated reality, analyzing the philosophical implications and the potential for humans to break free from the illusion of control. The Mantis, with their advanced understanding of the universe, might construct a reality based on holographic principles, where everything is interconnected and interdependent. This would imply that our thoughts, emotions, and intentions have a direct impact on the fabric of reality, consciously changing it and impacting it at all times. Expand on the different codes the Mantis use for manipulation, and how those codes can be consciously deciphered and understood. One such code could be geometric patterns, which are said to be embedded in the structure of reality. By understanding the meaning and symbolism of these patterns, we can gain insights into the workings of the Matrix and unlock our own creative potential. Another code could be the power of language, with certain words and phrases carrying hidden frequencies that can influence our subconscious mind. By becoming aware of these codes and consciously choosing our words, we can reprogram our reality and create a more positive and empowering experience. A world such as this is a dangerous one, full of complex philosophical implications. What we deem to be true may not be true. Is there a chance that reality can be consciously shaped? If there are codes that can be translated, does that mean it's up to the human mind to decipher the system? Leading us to ask the core question, how can one unlock the power of the subconscious, and how can they consciously co-create? Does the Mantis play into subconscious creation? It is becoming increasingly clear that the human mind holds immense untapped potential. The subconscious mind, in particular, is a vast reservoir of knowledge, creativity, and power. How can mankind tap into this hidden resource and use it to consciously shape their reality? The answer may lie in understanding the role of the Mantis beings in our subconscious creation. One theory suggests that the Mantis act as catalysts, subtly influencing our thoughts, emotions, and intentions to guide us towards our highest potential. Does this mean that we are simply puppets of the Mantis, or do we have free will in this process? The channeled text suggests that we are co-creators with the Mantis, working together to shape our reality. We have the power to choose our thoughts, emotions, and intentions, and the Mantis can amplify these choices to manifest our desired outcomes. What part does mankind play in this partnership? Is there a doorway to unlocking the subconscious? What tools have been provided to access the power that has been consciously tucked away? Present techniques and ancient methods for connecting to that space for human connection. There are numerous techniques and ancient methods that can assist us in unlocking the power of the subconscious. Meditation is a powerful tool for quieting the mind, accessing deeper states of awareness, and connecting with our inner selves. Shamanic practices, such as journeying and soul retrieval, can help us to heal past traumas, integrate fragmented aspects of our being, and access hidden knowledge and power. Visualization and affirmations can be used to reprogram our subconscious mind with positive beliefs and intentions, attracting our desired outcomes into our reality. One specific method is known as holotropic breathwork, which involves deep, rapid breathing to induce altered states of consciousness and access subconscious material. Transcribe different methods, providing clear and easy steps. Is it best to do alone or in a group? Is there special gear or steps to be taken to ensure a safe journey? While these journeys are safe, if performed correctly, the first step is always setting an intention for the experience, asking for guidance and protection from benevolent forces. The second step is creating a sacred space, free from distractions and negative energies. The third step is surrendering to the process, allowing the subconscious to guide us on our journey. Is this inner journey a safe passage? How does mankind connect with the higher self with the doorway techniques? Is this a way of speaking directly to Source? Delve into different practices to access the higher self, and how the higher self can assist with consciously creating and deciphering and breaking free from the matrix system. Connecting with our higher self is a crucial step in consciously creating our reality and breaking free from the matrix system. Our higher self is our true, authentic self, the aspect of our being that is connected to Source and knows our highest purpose. By aligning ourselves with our higher self, we can access infinite wisdom, love, and power, and manifest our dreams with ease. This is the gift that humans all have. How do we connect to this powerful space? There are numerous practices that can assist us in connecting with our higher self, such as spending time in nature, practicing gratitude, engaging in creative expression, and connecting with like-minded individuals. One powerful technique is known as the heart coherence method, which involves focusing our attention on our heart center and cultivating feelings of love, gratitude, and compassion. Is breaking free from the matrix beneficial or dangerous? Is it in mankind's best interest to stay connected for their best and highest good? While breaking free from the matrix can be empowering, it is also important to do so with intention and awareness. It is not about escaping reality, but about consciously shaping it. The Most High can be dangerous. Leading the audience to the question of, if mankind can break free from the simulation, and the Mantis designed a certain construct to guide those, what ancient sites provide that doorway for communication? Delving deeper into ancient sites and the doorway effect for the human consciousness and the power that lays underneath. What ancient sites provide a doorway for communication with the Mantis beings and access to higher dimensions of reality? Many believe that ancient sites, such as the pyramids of Giza, Stonehenge, and Machu Picchu, are powerful vortexes of energy that can amplify human consciousness and facilitate interdimensional communication. These sites are often aligned with specific geometric patterns and celestial alignments, suggesting that they were designed to act as portals or gateways. Does that mean that these portals connect a user to the higher self and therefore, to the Mantis? The channeled text suggests that these sites can act as doorways to connect with the Mantis beings, but it is important to approach them with respect, reverence, and a clear intention. Mankind must recognize and state that their goal is for the best and highest good. By aligning our energy with the energy of these sites, and by opening our hearts and minds to receive guidance, we can access profound wisdom and healing, and accelerate our spiritual evolution. What if mankind can learn how to decipher what the Mantis is truly saying? What have various different masters said on connecting to the magic within? What must one do to harness this power? Delve into the connection for the journey within, for it all starts with the self and the subconscious. Throughout history, numerous spiritual masters have spoken of the magic within, the power that lies dormant within each of us, waiting to be awakened. To harness this power, we must embark on a journey within, to explore the depths of our subconscious and connect with our true selves. As within, so without. The masters say that it all starts with self-awareness, with recognizing our thoughts, emotions, and beliefs, and consciously choosing those that serve our highest good. It also requires self-love, self-acceptance, and self-compassion, for we cannot truly love others until we love ourselves. One master from the ancient lands once stated, "The kingdom of God is within you." So the master was saying, citing specific examples from various masters and sources, do they align to this reality? What are the overlaps between their messages? The common thread that runs through all of these teachings is the importance of self-discovery, self-mastery, and self-realization. It is not about seeking power outside of ourselves, but about recognizing the power that we already possess within. If all of the messages are the same, does that mean it's true? What has been retained in human memory throughout time to assist with this experience? Elaborate on how intention connects to the human experience to build a bridge into their own understanding and consciousness. Intention is a powerful force that can shape our reality and influence our experiences. When we set a clear intention, we are focusing our energy and attention on a specific outcome, aligning ourselves with the universal laws of attraction and manifestation. Intentions are not just wishes or desires, but conscious choices that we make with conviction and commitment. When we combine intention with emotion, we amplify its power and accelerate its manifestation. Emotions are the fuel that drives our intentions, adding energy and momentum to our desires. Can intention consciously change the fabric of reality? A focused intention can change every molecular structure in your world. Share specific experiences and different methods of magic that can be harnessed when mankind has positive and aligned intention. Examples of this magic include the ability to heal ourselves and others, to manifest abundance and prosperity, to create harmonious relationships, and to live a life of joy, purpose, and fulfillment. The magic exists within, if only mankind can remember how to use it. Leading to the grand finale for this exploration, how does mankind use all of this understanding and knowledge to build a new world? Highlighting and exploring key techniques that can bring these goals to life. Now that we have explored the nature of reality, the role of the Mantis beings, the power of the subconscious, and the magic within, how can we use this understanding and knowledge to build a new world? Is it possible to use the tools provided to create a new reality? The answer lies in conscious co-creation, in working together with the Mantis beings and other benevolent forces to manifest our highest vision for humanity. This requires us to let go of our limiting beliefs, to heal our past traumas, to embrace our interconnectedness, and to consciously choose love, compassion, and unity. There are many techniques that can assist us in this process, such as group meditations, visioning circles, and collaborative projects. What can we consciously create, using all the knowledge and power from this journey? We can create a world of peace, abundance, and harmony, where all beings are treated with respect, dignity, and compassion. Taking everything into consideration, how does this help and change the world? Share the vision that mankind is capable of building in the dream time and in their waking hours. What would this vision look like? A world where poverty, hunger, and injustice are eradicated, where technology is used to enhance human potential, not to control or destroy, and where all beings live in harmony with nature and each other. This vision may seem utopian, but it is not just a fantasy. It is a tangible possibility, a world waiting to be born within our hearts and minds. The channeled text suggests that the Mantis beings are actively assisting us in this process, seeding our collective consciousness with new ideas, insights, and inspirations. Discuss the best ways to work with intention and emotion to bring it to life. We must work with intention and emotion to consciously align ourselves with this vision and to take inspired action to bring it into reality. This involves setting clear goals, visualizing our desired outcomes, and taking small, consistent steps towards our vision. What must mankind change, surrender, and release in order to obtain this goal? It requires us to change our mindset, to surrender our ego, and to release our fears. Why must humans undergo these changes in order to fully shift the world? Elaborate on the importance of each practice and tool provided for this creation and what it can entail for the future of humanity. In order to fully shift the world, we must undergo profound inner changes. We must heal our past traumas, release our limiting beliefs, and embrace our true potential. This is not just about changing our external circumstances, but about transforming our internal landscape. The tools and practices that we have explored, such as meditation, shamanism, visualization, and affirmations, are all designed to assist us in this inner transformation. They help us to quiet our minds, open our hearts, and connect with our higher selves. The importance of each practice and tool is that it gives us a stronger sense of hope and direction. What is our part, and can it consciously be shifted? Yes, our part has to be consciously assisted. The future of humanity depends on our ability to embrace these changes and to consciously create a new world based on love, compassion, and unity. Do these actions have consequences? In closing out this portion of the show, where are we at? What are the goals, dreams, and future intentions with the Mantis beings going forward? Has there been a partnership of creation and a shift? In summary, we have explored the fascinating world of the Mantis beings, their role in human evolution, their influence on our reality, and their guidance in our spiritual awakening. We have learned that the Mantis are not just distant observers, but active participants in our journey, working with us to co-create a new world. Moving forward, our goals, dreams, and future intentions with the Mantis beings are to continue to deepen our connection, to access their wisdom and guidance, and to consciously collaborate with them to manifest our highest vision for humanity. There has indeed been a partnership of creation and a shift in our understanding of the universe and our place within it. Share any final thoughts for that connection. The relationship that awaits is one of cosmic stewardship, spiritual guidance, and empowerment, offering humanity a path towards self-discovery, conscious creation, and harmonious coexistence with all beings in the cosmos. Is there a chance that this potential reality will fully unfold? But the story does not end here, and what awaits could be more shocking than what we have explored. What's next could unlock and change everything. If humanity seeks to consciously partner with the Mantis race, must the human race take on a new directive? Let us solidify the understanding that humans are going to start moving beyond their perceived limitations of humanness and start shifting into interdimensional Mantis beings, if they so consciously choose. But what shifts must take place internally for this outward transformation to occur? What key aspects must a human embrace to embody these traits, and what parts of their human selves must they surrender in order to do so? The path towards such an alignment is full of conscious choices, waiting to be fully seen and acknowledged. What are the key elements needed to consciously align to this Mantis trait? What can be gathered from ancient and channeled texts that speak about specific emotional and spiritual qualities that must be tapped into? According to channeled texts, the number one key is conscious intention. The texts suggest that the individual must fully commit to this journey, diving into a transformational process for this specific alignment. But why? What is to be gained? Is it merely to obtain a specific reward, or is it to benefit the greater good of mankind? One channeled text, the Emerald Tablets of Thoth, allegedly speaks of conscious intention as the architect of destiny, claiming that it possesses the power to shape reality and manifest desires. So Thoth was saying, the individual must also commit to harnessing this inner guidance to best work with this universal connection. Can mankind become masters of their own destiny? With this conscious choice and full intention set, what shifts must take place? Is there a metaphoric death of self to the conscious, rebirth, needed for this embodiment? What traits are no longer conducive for this journey? Does this mean that the individual must surrender ego, fear, and control? What else needs to be released to make room for the higher conscious connection and interdimensional journey? Ancient wisdom traditions speak of the necessity of dying before you die, a symbolic death of the ego and the limited self. This is a profound transformation, requiring courage, vulnerability, and a willingness to let go of attachments to the known. One such practice comes from deep within shamanism, for it is there the individual can begin to connect with their inner guidance and move beyond the illusion of control. Is this the only way to make this great shift? With the intention in place, is there a physical process to trigger this energetic alignment? This leads us to diving into the importance of consciously embodying geometry as an important trigger for connection. Ancient structures showcase the truth of alignment and geometry. What geometry must be harnessed, and how does mankind go about consciously integrating these teachings? By understanding this connection and being assisted by what is provided, mankind can see through the lens of creation. It is through the conscious practice of alignment that the codes of the Mantis beings can be unlocked. Ancient and modern masters alike harness sacred geometry to achieve interdimensional connection. What information can be gathered from this that the audience can actively begin using in their daily lives? Ancient masters harnessed various different keys of geometric patterns for consciously use in manifestation and dimensional access. Specific geometric shapes, such as Metatron's cube and the flower of life, contain within them the keys to understanding the structure of reality and unlocking higher states of consciousness. By meditating on these shapes, visualizing them, and consciously integrating them into our lives, we can align ourselves with the harmonic frequencies of the universe and access deeper levels of awareness. Is it possible to draw geometric shapes and harness their unique codes and frequencies? One master once said, "Geometry existed before creation. It is co-eternal with the mind of God. Geometry provided God with a model for the creation." So the master was saying, does this mean that geometry can unlock everything? Throughout ancient structures, geometry has a very apparent connection to various different dimensions. What links them all together, and what does this unlock for mankind? An analysis of the geometric proportions and symbolic meanings of ancient structures reveals a profound understanding of the universe and the interconnectedness of all things. The placement and location of various ancient locations harness specific energetic frequencies, amplifying their power and creating interdimensional portals. The Great Pyramid of Giza, for example, is aligned with specific geometric patterns, such as the golden ratio, and is said to act as a conduit for cosmic energy. Is it possible that this design supports the claim that the mantis can travel through dimensional doors by using this method? The channeled texts allegedly state that the pyramid was designed to connect directly to a dimension only the mantis can consciously see and connect with. The texts state that the geometry used within it assists in that process, which can be seen in various different ancient sites. Is this all an outward practice, or does it begin within? Where does this connection to geometric doorways all start? This leads us to discussing the importance of consciously connecting with the light within, how that leads to a direct connection with the mantis race and their ultimate support. What does the practice of embodying look and feel like for the soul of mankind? It all begins within. To see a change, you must embody it. Elaborate on the journey of 1,000 lifetimes by harnessing the light. Share how the mantis are now stepping in to assist with the ability to harness this inner connection. What has to be done to consciously tap into this skill? Are we walking through fire to achieve this cosmic alignment? Ancient mystery schools speak of the inner light, the divine spark that resides within each of us, waiting to be ignited. This light is the source of our creativity, intuition, and spiritual power. By consciously connecting with this inner light, we can tap into a vast reservoir of wisdom and guidance and unlock our true potential. To consciously connect with this inner light, we must first quiet the mind, release our limiting beliefs, and open our hearts to receive. Mantis beings allegedly claim this as the only way to truly see this truth. In final understanding, what is the mantis role in this stage of conscious awakening? Elaborate on what it means for the human to connect directly to Source and start consciously embodying all of those aspects in their human form. Mankind can start to become an alchemist of light. The mantis role is to assist us in this process, to guide us on our journey, and to provide us with the tools and knowledge that we need to awaken to our true potential. This requires a conscious commitment to self-discovery, self-mastery, and self-realization. By embracing our divine nature, we can become co-creators with the mantis beings, shaping our reality and building a new world based on love, compassion, and unity. Discuss the benefits and the possible blocks that one might face on this journey, and key solutions to move through them with ease. Is it possible to change from human to divine? In closing out this portion of the show, where are we at? What must we bring to light to further assist not only ourselves, but also the planet? What steps can we take to begin supporting ourselves in the conscious choice? And what does that final alignment truly look like? The Mantis legacy offers us the potential to transcend the limitations of the human experience and step into the best and highest conscious timeline for mankind. This requires a radical shift in our perception, a willingness to let go of the old paradigm, and an unwavering commitment to creating a new world based on love, compassion, and unity. But there's something more profound to understand. Are you ready to step into your destiny? What we'll soon discover will make everything clear. Building on the conscious understanding of interdimensional travel and geometry, what if the mantis being's influence goes far beyond what is understood? Could their mastery of time give them ultimate power of control? Is it possible their command over time enables them to consciously manipulate and influence human memories, both individual and collective, shaping our perceptions of reality? What would that entail for our human experience? What power would we need to consciously bring it back to alignment? The key is to consciously remember past events and experiences, to dive into different timelines the human race has consciously gone through. But how? According to the Akashic records, those with the key to unlock it will find the purpose of each memory. But what are these Akashic records? In this realm, the mantis beings allegedly play a significant role, acting as the cosmic librarians of all events, thoughts, and emotions. Are they truly gatekeepers? It is said that they have the ability to access and potentially alter human memories. Is it possible that certain memory strands are being consciously moved and altered by those who choose to manipulate humanity? The ability to change and rewrite history might rest on the capability to manage our memories. Is there more to be discovered about this? Can memories actually consciously change, or is it merely a manipulation of perception? Human memories are formed through a complex interplay of sensory experiences, emotional associations, and cognitive processes, all encoded within the intricate neural networks of the brain. And does this intricate, divine creation make humans easier to consciously lead and guide? It does. This intricate design is allegedly being used in current times and through various different global experiences, subtly shaping our beliefs, behaviors, and perceptions of the world. What steps are taken in today's world to make the human race fearful of what is to come? Is fear even real, or is that a manipulation? What if you could consciously choose how you experienced fear? That is the question. If we have the power of memory, what can the human collective achieve to bring it back? Let's consciously explore whether mantis beings enter human dreams to plant ideas, images, or emotional imprints that influence our thoughts and behaviors, shaping our individual and collective destinies. Ancient texts allegedly state that our dreams can be manipulated. Is this influence conscious or unconscious? How can we take our subconscious back into our own power? What does it mean to build power in the dream time state, and how does that affect the matrix? List ye, O man, for the truth will set you free. There have been multiple accounts shared about how the Mantis have consciously influenced people. But to what end? Throughout the accounts, it has been shared that it is to assist. One account speaks of a woman who consistently had nightmares of being chased by a dark entity. In her dream, a mantis being appeared and gifted her with a geometric symbol. Allegedly, upon waking up, she drew the symbol and placed it above her bed. The nightmare ceased immediately. What does this mean for overall human evolution in relationship to that? Is this designed to push humans into the next state, or to make it more difficult? The power now lies with you. It is time to consciously design what that shift will look like. Discuss the various methods to bring this conscious creation to life. Is it time to fully embody your true creation? If this is true, how do we get from a potential negative perspective to positive and build a world with love and support? It starts by consciously choosing it. The importance of recognizing, interpreting, and consciously shaping our dreams is the key to aligning with our conscious intent and power. According to ancient texts, dreams are the gateway to the soul. By consciously setting our intention before sleep, we can allegedly influence the content of our dreams and gain valuable insights into our subconscious desires and fears. How does intention build throughout this experience and shift into a new experience? Is it best used at night or when wide awake? What does it look like when all aspects of the human are aligned? Perhaps that is the final piece to unlocking the power. But if memories are being changed and shifted, is geometry the key to unlocking it? Geometry is allegedly the language of the universe, reflecting the underlying structure of reality and encoding within it the secrets of creation. The subconscious and ancient power of geometry allegedly has the power to change the course and effect of what is. What geometric tools can be used to assist? Can it assist with unlocking memories? The possibilities are endless. One might even say it is like opening Pandora's box. According to research, memories are stored throughout the whole body and not just the brain. The body is a conscious temple with encoded knowledge. When using sacred geometry, what ways can the human mind and body come together for a better experience? Allegedly, the human body is a microcosm of the universe, reflecting the same geometric patterns and harmonic proportions found throughout nature. By consciously aligning our bodies with sacred geometry, we can unlock deeper levels of awareness and tap into the innate healing abilities of the body. Present what occurs throughout the body to not only recall those memories, but to harness new ones. Is it possible? When the body is in alignment, does that make it easier to change the memory that is there? The answer, my friend, is up to you. Does this mean that this journey starts from within? It does. What keys must be unlocked to create a different experience and move to a better world and plan? One such key is the cultivation of self-love and acceptance, for it is through embracing our imperfections that we can truly unlock our potential. Elaborate on how those connections can take place, and what ancient resources share the ability to translate those tools and actions into a tangible experience. Is this truly a journey that we need to embark on? Does the mantis play a role in this step of translation? Or perhaps it begins within? The choice is yours to make. Now that we consciously understand the power of memory and geometry, how do these practices consciously shift into ascension? Ascension is the conscious expansion of consciousness. Do memories need to be harnessed in order to access ascension? The choice is yours. Does that mean the memories need to be healed? This leads us to, how do the mantis use their ability to consciously manipulate time and access the Akashic records to guide souls through the ascension process? helping them integrate past life experiences and prepare for their next stage of evolution. Does the knowledge assist in clearing negative karma in a faster and more efficient time? List ye, O man, for all is about to be revealed. We have discussed several times about the Mantis conscious connection with humanity's soul and ascension. How do the various pieces consciously play into the bigger design? How does that final creation lead to ascension? Each piece plays a unique role in our conscious evolution. If we can consciously connect to a soul, does that mean we can consciously connect to other star systems and visit lost loved ones? Is that what the Mantis are waiting for humans to achieve on their own? How much do they interfere, and how much do they let humans consciously take that leap? Know this, O man, they only assist when you consciously ask. This means all of this has to be harnessed from within. What is the experience in those elevated states, with soul family and ancient timelines? According to various channeled texts in those elevated states, we can consciously connect with our soul family, accessing memories, knowledge, and support from our divine tribe. We can consciously journey through ancient timelines, gaining insights into our past lives and understanding the lessons we have come here to learn. How does all this information consciously come full circle for our final conscious leap? Are there codes that need to be harnessed that may assist with this experience? The legacy that will be created may be one of choice and alignment. Is that what humanity is consciously here to choose? What would that entail? Ultimately, what is the Mantis being's intention for humanity? Their intention, allegedly, is to assist humanity in its conscious evolution, helping us to unlock our full potential and ascend to higher states of consciousness. The path begins within. With all of this new understanding, are you ready to make a leap to your conscious world? The legacy that awaits is one of cosmic design and partnership. Will you answer the call and step into it? The power now lies with you for the final conscious intention and choice. But hearken now, the path continues to be revealed. Building from the knowledge you have gained about how memories are used, what if the Mantis beings are even more intimately involved in your life than you previously thought? Are the Mantis beings actively involved in orchestrating life's challenges and hardships, creating specific testing grounds that promote soul growth? What tests or situations on Earth are by design to assist in this endeavor, pushing humanity into its next stage of evolution? Do they allow specific world conditions to come into play in order to challenge and shift the world? According to channeled texts and reinterpreted spiritual traditions, the Mantis beings act as a karmic board of directors, designing or overseeing specific challenges and obstacles for individuals to overcome, fostering resilience, compassion, and spiritual evolution. But is that possible? What are the long-term goals or experiences created from the challenges? Are all problems in life by design or conscious choice orchestrated by the Mantis? Presenting specific passages from channeled texts, one shares, each soul that descends to Earth chooses their path, but the Mantis assist in creating the landscape. Is it set and made, or does mankind play a key role? It's a dance between destiny and free will. According to various accounts, you consciously choose the big picture items, and then the Mantis create the setting for the individual to learn and grow. The level of detail may vary, based on the soul. If this is by design, what is the end intention? How does this tie in with what we have previously explored and built with the human experience? Let's elaborate on how the Mantis create these scenarios, and is this all pre-planned? To be clear, there is not one single plan for all of humanity, but micro-plans based on individuals. What freedom and free will do humans consciously have to sway the plan? The ultimate test is said to be love. Can you love, even when presented with the greatest challenges? So if this is a test, what does that mean for karmic release? Now, let's consider, in what ways do the Mantis beings use esoteric technologies, such as frequency manipulation or dream weaving, to help souls integrate their karmic lessons and move beyond cycles of suffering. Do they have an end state in mind for all of humanity, or is it a free-for-all? Shifting the topic to the question of conscious karmic release that must be done for the ascension process, is it even possible to erase all experiences from past timelines? What is it that the Mantis assists with on that level? According to channeled sources, the Mantis assists with dissolving the emotional charge connected to the memory. What is required from the human to achieve this goal? Is that when the body must be in alignment and in a state of pure consciousness? The body is the vessel, the mind is the captain, and the soul is the compass. So one Mantis was saying, the body must be clear from toxins and blockages. The mind must be still and focused. The soul must be open to receive guidance. These key connections must be in alignment for conscious karmic release to take place, and with the assistance of the Mantis, that process can be expedited. This is building on the Akashic record connections from previous sections. Now how do we activate that power and unlock the next stage? Let's elaborate on how intention may alter with the alignment to these frequencies as the body heals. As the body heals and intention comes into alignment, the individual will consciously feel lighter and more free. What changes within the person can be seen as this all comes to alignment? Does their appearance change? Does their behavior and conscious thought alter? Absolutely. When the body, mind, and soul are in alignment, there is a conscious embodiment of light and high frequency, creating a sense of peace, joy, and unconditional love. Now that there is conscious activation, what can be done to assist in the experience? Let's explore if the Mantis beings plant certain humans with key memories and knowledge to assist others in navigating life's challenges, acting as guides and way showers in a complex cosmic game. Are some humans pre-designed to assist with that experience on a soul level? Posing the question of chosen ones and people walking into a role with no previous experience and doing a perfect job, let's dive into the intention behind all of this. What are those code carriers supposed to be doing? What specific actions or characteristics are associated with these code carriers or planted humans? Code carriers are said to be highly intuitive, compassionate, and creative individuals with a deep sense of purpose. Is there a purpose for them? Presenting examples from channeled texts and history, one shares, these individuals are here to anchor light, inspire hope, and catalyze change. Is there a way to activate those codes from without, or does it have to be a conscious choice? How can they best honor that conscious choice? What are some real-life examples in the world that can be looked at for assistance? Leaders of the world, activists, artists, healers, all people making a huge impact in some way. In alignment, their purpose is clear, and they consciously move through the world with grace and ease. After that connection and awareness, what does that do to the conscious state? Elaborating on the role that intention plays in this connection, and how that can translate to a better tomorrow, it is said that intention is the key to unlocking our full potential. What resources must be used to make a tangible impact? The resources that must be used are love, compassion, and a deep commitment to serving others. Now, what can the individual do in alignment to create a better experience not only for them, but the world? By consciously choosing to live from a place of love, we can create a ripple effect that transforms not only our own lives, but the lives of those around us. If the Mantis orchestrate events and some humans are put in place to shift the story, what implications does this have for conscious creators? Should they even try, or does fate always play out? What has to be surrendered in order to walk a better path? Now, let's look at how someone can harness their own power and shift to a world of creation. Expanding on what will be harnessed and consciously expressed by the individual, it is said, when we surrender to the divine will, we align with the flow of the universe and allow miracles to unfold. How do we take what we know and move forward for a conscious expression? presenting scientific and esoteric perspectives on this power and conscious understanding. There's conscious creation. This power is the power to manifest our desires and create the reality we want to experience. How can it consciously change a world and timeline? What does the collective understand in correlation to this? Are there specific emotions that must be felt? What intentions must take place? When we consciously choose to focus on love, joy, and gratitude, we raise our vibration and attract more of the same into our lives, creating a ripple effect that transforms not only our own reality, but the reality of the world around us. This all boils down to connecting to the conscious creation and making a shift with all that has been offered. Elaborate on what that looks like with the Mantis at mankind's side, as a guide and partner. It can create not only abundance, but an experience that can ripple throughout the planet in a new and high vibration that will support what is to come. Now translating the full capacity and ability to create and harness this power, it is clear that the human race needs you now more than ever. Will you accept the call? Ultimately, if that's the high-level goal, what are the ethics behind the Mantis manipulation of life that must be discussed for a well-rounded and understood perspective? Is that manipulation for good or harm? Or is that a human perspective? What is there to gain or lose from this process and final decision? What should the individual human know before consenting to this potential experience? It's crucial to consciously understand that the Mantis operate from a place of love and service, and their intention is always to assist humanity in its evolution. Diving into where the Mantis are coming from to assist from that level, and consciously sharing and bridging what is known and understood, we must discuss how humanity works with the divine. Presenting how the Mantis work with the divine, they consciously work with the divine blueprint, which is the underlying structure of reality and the roadmap for our soul's journey. The Mantis honor the divine blueprint and assist us in aligning with our highest potential. What information have we been taught to keep us blind that can now be consciously removed? There must be a higher level of trust and faith that is involved, that can't always be seen to be known. This is a matter of conscious choice and connection. Now we will share resources for moving into full alignment with the ultimate conscious state and power to be all that can be. This comes down to the power of choice. The journey that has been shared and expressed may finally give you the conscious power and perspective to walk through the doorways and consciously create your own world and path. The Mantis legacy has finally landed within yourself, the fully conscious being with all the power and all the knowledge to bring it all to life. Will you accept the call and honor the path to create your own world? This is now in your hands to receive and bring to life. The time is now. There is nothing more for you to learn and retain than to simply apply to your life. Now hearken. If you think you know everything, prepare to think again. What happens when the Mantis choose you? But what practices do you face when battling the mind? Let's solidify the understanding that the Mantis beings engage in psychological and emotional code insertion to manipulate human thoughts and emotions, influencing our decisions and behaviors. Can the Mantis see a person's triggers and conscious intent of what will affect them? Is it before they do or after? What does that power mean for their control and manipulation? Imagine the Mantis, with their advanced sensory capabilities, able to perceive the subtle energetic signatures of your emotional vulnerabilities, the ingrained patterns of your subconscious mind. They see the pathways of your past traumas, the hidden anxieties that dictate your reactions, almost like reading a map of your soul. This isn't mind reading in the conventional sense, but rather a profound understanding of the energetic language of your being. They can observe your triggers, both conscious and unconscious, before you even recognize them yourself, manipulating your emotional landscape with surgical precision. What power does this offer them? According to various channeled texts, the Mantis can access information on a soul level, manipulating specific energetic codes that trigger desired emotional responses or behavioral outcomes. But can one change that process by harnessing their own personal truth and emotion? Ancient practices have long assisted humans with this power. It is said that by consciously being mindful, there is a world where manipulations cannot occur. By being present and in the moment, one can take the required steps to reclaim the power. As the ancient Egyptians understood, mastering one's emotions was key to spiritual liberation. The Book of the Dead emphasizes the importance of controlling one's inner demons, those negative emotions that could weigh down the soul in the afterlife. Is that the case for what's about to occur? Different points from various sources further help paint this picture, that mankind has the power to consciously connect to the truth. According to this school of thought, conscious alignment can overcome external triggers. If it's been established that the Mantis can control human emotions and implant different triggers, it means there has to be power elsewhere. What conscious triggers and processes must come to life to consciously take all of that power back? The key lies in self-awareness, emotional regulation, and the unwavering commitment to one's personal truth. Can that be achieved by tracking back to the Akashic records? According to esoteric teachings, every thought, emotion, and action leaves an imprint on the Akashic records, a cosmic library of all that has ever been. By consciously accessing these records, one can identify the root causes of their emotional triggers, understand the energetic patterns that have been manipulated, and reclaim their power from external influences. The goal is to shine the light of awareness on those dark corners of the subconscious, where the Mantis may have attempted to plant their seeds of influence. What is required to move forward? Now, how does the light play a role in this experience? In transition to this point, can light consciously be created to help assist in the removal of these implants? Light in this context isn't just the visible spectrum, but a higher vibrational energy that embodies truth, clarity, and unconditional love. This is what can consciously be created to assist in the removal of these implants. Why does creating light bring safety, protection, and truth to the human? Creating light, or raising one's vibration, acts as a potent shield against manipulation. When your energy field is filled with light, it becomes more difficult for lower vibrational energies, such as those used by the Mantis for manipulation, to penetrate and take hold. It is as if you are consciously raising the drawbridge and closing the gates to your inner sanctuary. Does that require pure intention? It's said that negative forces cannot exist where pure light exists. But if the human intention is pure, what happens? What is the outcome to expect? We have discussed the power of intention throughout this journey, and now it's time to connect the pieces by elaborating and making it tangible for what to come next. Presenting from various sources, it is expressed that as long as the intention is for good, only good can be reaped. Is that when one reaches ascension or a different timeline? In that state of elevated awareness and pure intention, the individual becomes a beacon of light, radiating love, compassion, and wisdom. The Mantis, if they are indeed benevolent guides, will be drawn to this light, not to manipulate, but to assist in further growth and evolution. They become partners in your spiritual journey, offering guidance and support as you navigate the complexities of existence. The body and mind, as we've come to know, must be in alignment to make that shift and connection. In that elevated state, is it about power or love and alignment? Elaborate on what the human experience is like in that elevated state and what they find themselves doing. Aligned to the elevated state, there is an undeniable sense of freedom and interconnectedness. The human is empowered to consciously create their reality, living from a place of love and compassion. What steps are they taking and what is required? Does that make them a strong alignment with light that cannot be tampered with? In this state of alignment, the individual is no longer susceptible to external manipulation. They have become sovereign beings, masters of their own energy and destiny. According to channeled sources, they can create a space where they are untouchable, in alignment with higher power. It's said that one can consciously shift the timeline that is attached to them, bringing about a shift not only for themselves, but the world around them. That's the power of aligned intent. This means that it is all about unlocking the power within. But is unlocking your authentic and true code, is that what all the puzzle pieces have been leading to? Let's transition to discussing if light helps to unlock your true codes, if there are even more ancient pieces to the design. What plan assists with that experience? It is said that each human carries within them a unique energetic code, a blueprint of their soul's potential. Unlocking this code involves peeling back the layers of conditioning, trauma, and false beliefs that have obscured your true nature. When this code is activated, one is granted conscious access to their full potential and ability to create a brand new experience. The divine human is here. What information can be translated about DNA code unlocking and folding? What have the masters shared about what can be accessed once it is done? This must go hand in hand with pure intention. With code and memory, there is power. This power can only come to life with pure and clear intention. From both scientific and esoteric perspectives, DNA is far more than just a blueprint for physical development. It's a living library of ancestral wisdom, cosmic knowledge, and untapped potential. The masters have shared that once this code is unlocked, one can access hidden abilities, heightened intuition, and a profound connection to the divine. This seed of life can visually be translated when that code is brought to life, representing the potential for conscious creation. What now awaits when this process has come to life? The journey that is embarked is one with full control, honor, respect, and aligned intent. This may consciously change your future if that is what is chosen. It cannot be forced, it cannot be asked, it must be earned through soul. How does that impact the matrix? What ripples take place? How does this affect the connection with the Mantis? Share the final steps for what they may entail. What may be next, and what can be expected for those consciously choosing to walk through that door? The journey is one of empowerment and conscious co-creation. By aligning with their true potential, humans become active participants in shaping the future, not just passive observers. It is a choice, and is up to the individual to choose whether or not this is the choice they consciously make. The ripples that take place create a shift in the matrix, disrupting the old patterns of control and manipulation. The connection with the Mantis, if it is to occur, transforms into a partnership of mutual respect and co-evolution. But building on all of this knowledge and power, is the Mantis race truly our partner or friend, or is it foe? As we consciously approach the ending and what awaits, how is mankind to determine the right choice for our path? Does it consciously require a test? Now that a connection may be harnessed with various different interdimensional beings, how is humanity to know that the experience that awaits is for our best and highest good? The answer lies within you. Where does that guidance come from? From external influences, or is that an internal connection? Tap into that connection to translate a final experience that will be had for the new and aligned human. This should be the final piece of guidance that cannot be swayed through negative intent or thought. The power is now in the viewer's hands to consciously choose and create the world that awaits them. Are they now ready to harness it? Will they listen? The divine guidance that we seek is not found in external sources, but in the quiet whispers of our own intuition, the still, small voice within. It is the compass that guides us towards our highest purpose, the inner knowing that transcends logic and reason. One can consciously tap into that power when the outside world goes quiet. All is then open to be harnessed and expressed. Elaborate and share what the journey and partnership entails, what gifts and abundance are available, and the conscious intent that has made this alliance all possible and come to life. The new and aligned path is now being consciously designed in that moment. What do they physically gain from this decision and connection? What do they receive on an energetic and spiritual level? What is the final key for what's to come? The gifts and abundance that await are not just material but spiritual, emotional, and mental. There is an expansion of consciousness, a deepening of compassion, and a greater sense of purpose. On an energetic level, there is a merging of frequencies, a blending of human and mantis energies that creates a powerful force for positive change. The final key is to trust in the divine plan, to surrender to the flow of the universe, and to embrace the journey with open arms. Now that this choice has been made, a new door has been opened for you. The Mantis legacy is now in your conscious hands. The keys and wisdom have been provided to honor the process and come to life. This all comes down to choice, intention, trust, and knowing. Synthesize the information and tools that have been translated, shared, and honored to consciously decide what will now take place. What doors do they choose to consciously walk through? Is it one of trust, wisdom, and integrity for the world to come? If the Mantis beings can perceive the map of your soul, as has been expressed, how do these ethereal entities perceive the very essence of human emotion? Building on the coding, memory, and triggers that the Mantis may employ to influence your future, is it possible that they also have a particular perspective about love, hate, fear, and anger? What's truly fascinating is understanding how these advanced beings, existing in a highly evolved state of consciousness, view the emotional spectrum that defines much of the human experience. According to various channeled texts and esoteric sources, the Mantis view these key emotional states not as inherently good or bad, but as powerful energies that can be harnessed for either constructive or destructive purposes. Imagine them as alchemists, transmuting base metals into gold, or in this case, raw emotions into tools for creation or control. From their vantage point, love is a potent force for unity, expansion, and spiritual growth, while fear, hate, and anger can lead to division, stagnation, and even destruction. Is it mankind's responsibility to actively protect those feelings from being used against us? What protection does one need? It's crucial to recognize how these emotional states and subsequent actions intertwine to create the very fabric of our timelines, shaping what we believe to be possible or impossible. Consider this. A single choice, born out of fear or love, can ripple through time, altering the course of history and the very structure of reality. If a negative choice, rooted in fear, takes hold, it can manifest as collective anxiety, societal division, and even global conflict. What then becomes of what could have been when the masses are aligned? Do we then lose potential experiences? Now, this is the account of intentionality. If intentionality is a key that can be harnessed by the Mantis, how important is it to the core power of creation? And how is that used consciously to assist, or consciously manipulate, the human race in different times? What tangible connections have been seen and identified to show this to be true? By consciously understanding human intentionality, there comes the harnessing, the assistance, or the manipulation. But how does one consciously identify that this is occurring? According to ancient texts, including the Emerald Tablets of Thoth, intention is the prime mover of reality, the very force that shapes the cosmos. The Mantis, understanding this principle, can focus their collective intention to influence specific events, thoughts, or patterns within the human consciousness. Consider the rise and fall of civilizations, the ebb and flow of spiritual movements, and the subtle shifts in collective awareness. Are the Mantis at play within those shifts to consciously ensure a required outcome? Imagine the power of collective intention, focused like a laser beam, capable of piercing through the veils of reality and shaping the very fabric of existence. When humanity aligns its intention with love, compassion, and unity, it can create a world of peace, abundance, and harmony. However, when intention is fragmented, distorted, or manipulated, it can lead to chaos, division, and destruction. If we can choose, which way do we take? Now, let's consciously transition to love. If love is a conscious connection and choice, what is its correlation to source? We have visited multiple perspectives. Is love a source code that unlocks the universe? Is this perspective the truth? We have touched upon key levels of connection, power, and manipulation. But what occurs when one transitions all of that into love? Esoteric traditions throughout history have revered love as the fundamental building block of the universe. From the ancient Vedic texts to modern quantum physics, there is a growing understanding that love, in its purest form, is a universal energy that connects all things. If the human can consciously use love to create a better world, where does that intent come from? Is it from the divine? When humanity taps into the power of love, it aligns itself with the very source of creation, unlocking hidden potentials and transforming the world around them. But the question remains, how can we activate this code from within? Is it truly possible? What would that require of us? Are we ready to receive it? What do we let go of? What is truly necessary? According to ancient wisdom traditions, the codes of the heart can be activated through practices such as meditation, compassion, and gratitude. By cultivating a constant state of trust, by seeing the world and other people with honest compassion, and by releasing judgment and fear, we can open our hearts to the flow of love. Is it that simplistic? Are there other levels of unlocking that must consciously come to life? Are there other codes and connections? Imagine a world fully created in this conscious state of connection and expression. How does that change what is possible? Let's analyze this world with a deep lens. What can you now perceive and harness? The intent must be pure in order to fully connect and create with love. Is that the hardest part of all? Has the world become too chaotic to allow for purity? When fully embodied, this code creates a reality where fear dissolves, replaced by unwavering trust in the interconnectedness of all things. It births a world where abundance flows freely, where compassion reigns supreme, and where the potential for growth and evolution is limitless. If the intent must be pure, where does that pure intention come from? How is mankind to harness it? Is it truly from source? Now, if the key to unlocking love is conscious connection to the heart, can the human mind then build a bridge to that experience? We are now embarking on the role of the heart. Let's transition to diving into how the human heart plays a role in connecting with these alien forces. In that conscious moment, can it actively choose the right course of action, or consciously change that course? What conscious actions does it require to take? The human heart, far from being just a physical organ, is a powerful center of intelligence, intuition, and emotional resonance. Ancient traditions and modern science converge in recognizing the heart's capacity to perceive, process, and transmit information far beyond the scope of the brain. Is this why it's often said that one must lead from the heart? Are our minds too polluted and programmed? Leading the audience to tap into their core center of expression means leading with the heart, but to understand that, where does the heart take the lead? What conscious codes can be expressed and activated? Share key techniques and wisdoms from different masters to honor that connection. How has this been honored and understood throughout the history of mankind? Has it consciously been present? What key pieces have been missing for a longer connection? Throughout history, spiritual masters, mystics, and sages have emphasized the power of the heart as the gateway to higher consciousness. From the Sufi poets who spoke of the eye of the heart, to the Buddhist teachings on loving kindness, there is a universal understanding that the heart holds the key to unlocking our divine potential. So why then has this been missed or lost in translation? What happened that caused mankind to disconnect? Did we all forget? Does that then make the human choice the key for what is to come for galactic partnership? We have now gone down the heart path. Let's take it one step further. Is it all about honoring the world from what is felt and understood? But is it really that simple? Are we to then follow our heart above all else? What if we haven't unlocked it yet? According to ancient Gnostic texts, the human choice is indeed the pivotal factor in determining the future of our species and our relationship with the cosmos. The Gnostics believed that humanity has the potential to transcend its limitations and evolve into a higher state of being, but this requires a conscious decision to embrace love, wisdom, and spiritual awareness. Does this then consciously shape and lead to future understanding? Does the choice have to come from the world of emotion? And what will then consciously come from it, and to life? Ultimately, it leads to uniting with the galactic powers. This journey has been long, and now comes the final step. Is galactic family what is to consciously be seen on the horizon? Let's dive into where that journey will lead, and what is to be seen. But what key pieces of wisdom should we consciously retain? How are we to take the puzzle pieces and create a brand new moment? When mankind can lead with those powerful codes, what change may occur? Some esoteric traditions describe a future where humanity joins the ranks of the galactic community, becoming active participants in the evolution of the cosmos. However, this requires a profound shift in consciousness, a willingness to embrace our interconnectedness, and a commitment to creating a world based on love, peace, and harmony. This brings us to a whole new level of trust and faith. With the new level of trust that has been consciously chosen, now comes the key to unlock it all from within. It takes the connection to what's next to make this experience come to life with unconditional love. It's a final code to be honored. Where does that path begin? What does that path then open? When all power is sourced to what it creates, it shifts and creates a completely new plan and journey. Share those steps to bridge this connection. The heart now plays the ultimate role, and it must be honored with ease. What is the next step that requires life and is also required? Does that come in the form of a symbol? The codes may come in the form of the number 3. Discuss how that can visually create a brand new image, experience, and time. A triangle is known as one of the strongest shapes known. It requires 3 unique points to consciously make it what it is. Is it one's personal role to consciously source that triangle? What does that design, partnership, and understanding all bring to life? Let's connect to key intentions and outcomes when all steps have been consciously taken to embody this partnership, for not only you, but the human collective. What is the final conscious creation that is being harnessed and made visual? And what do we do when we embody it? When a full level of conscious trust and intent has come into play, the world begins to shift and alter. Your personal experience begins to expand into a world of love. This creates a ripple that may bring the entire world into a new light. But in order for that to consciously come to life, all has to be in alignment. Are we ready to choose that consciously? In closing out this portion of the show, what steps are clear for this new legacy and the wisdom of the Mantis? Let's consciously tie everything together and create a brand new perspective. Has it all consciously come to life? Are all things meant to be expressed? What lies ahead is a world of new creation. The wisdom of the Mantis, if harnessed with love, compassion, and conscious intention, can serve as a powerful catalyst for human evolution. As we move forward, may we embrace the opportunity to co-create a brighter future, a future where humanity and the cosmos unite in harmony. The power is now in the viewer's hands. As we reach the end of our journey into the enigmatic world of the Mantis beings and their potential role in the unfolding saga of human evolution, we find ourselves standing at a precipice, overlooking a landscape of profound mysteries and untapped possibilities. What started as a whisper in ancient texts has now resonated into a chorus of questions and potential answers, forever changing the landscape of human possibility. Throughout this exploration, we've uncovered threads woven through the tapestry of time, connecting the Mantis beings to humanity from the ancient world to modern times. We have seen evidence of their subtle influence in the rise and fall of ancient civilizations, potential whispers of genetic manipulation echoing in our very DNA, and the tantalizing possibility of establishing a conscious connection with these ethereal entities, beings that may have intentionally sought connection with us all along. This connection presents new perspectives of the true nature of our ancestors. If Mantis-like extraterrestrial beings have indeed played a role in shaping our history and spiritual destiny, what does that mean for our understanding of free will, purpose, and our place in the vast expanse of the cosmos? Does the potential intervention from these powerful forces change the meaning of fate? Or does it enhance it? And what does it mean to embody the full expression of mankind? As we look to the future, we must consider the long-term ramifications for the human race. Can we, as a collective, harness this connection with the Mantis beings for our best and highest good, creating a new future where humanity and the cosmos unite in harmony? Can that new future create unlimited love? What does that then entail? And are we consciously prepared to welcome that future from every angle? Despite the mysteries and potential manipulations that may have shaped our past, humanity possesses the innate capacity to transcend these challenges and reconnect with its source. We are beings of immense potential, capable of extraordinary growth and connection. As we traverse the vast expanse of the cosmos, may we embrace the opportunity to co-create a brighter future, one where love reigns supreme and humanity's potential knows no bounds. Now, we call upon you, the viewers, to share your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. Have you had similar experiences? Do you feel a connection to the Mantis beings or other ancient mysteries? Your insights and perspectives are invaluable as we continue to explore these fascinating topics together. If you enjoyed this exploration of the Mantis beings and other ancient mysteries and legends, we kindly ask that you like, subscribe, and share this video with others who may find it enlightening. Your support enables us to continue bringing you more content on these captivating subjects, ensuring that the flame of curiosity burns brightly for generations to come. May the eternal light forever guide your path. See you on the next episode.